What's up, everybody? Let me make sure the audio's good. How's everyone doing this Saturday? It is going to be a fun live. Ask me anything. We're talking everything pulp culture, movies, TV, comics, you name it. It's gonna be a great time. Let me plug up. Make sure we don't lose any battery. Plug up everything. So yeah, how's everyone doing on this Saturday, June 27th at 3 p.m. Let me know what you guys have been up to, with movies, with shows, with albums you've listened to, with comics you've been reading. Let's have a fun Ask Me Anything Q&A. What's going on, certain vids? Welcome, my friend. Glad you were able to make it today. What's going on, Leo? What's going on, my man? Glad you were able to make it on. Got some watch alongs that I would love both of you guys to maybe attend in the next coming weeks that I'll be announcing here in regards to the next month or so for the next 3 watch alongs I have lined up. So hopefully you guys can maybe do some future collaborations with you fellow awesome YouTubers out there. So yeah, guys, this is my second Ask Me Anything. Very excited to do this. This is such a fun time to interact with you all, answer your questions, talk about movies, shows, pop culture things, things of that nature. So very excited to be here and get all that good stuff in the chatting fear. So we got certain vids talking about. Hold on, let me just, so again, thank you, certain vids, for stopping by. Leo, what's going on, my man? Like I said, drop any questions you have for me. I got some questions that you guys sent me via Instagram, Twitter, all that fun social media accounts. So I'll be answering that as well as answering the live chat. Hey, what's going on, man? Great channel, my friend. Your review that you did for 365 D&I had me cracking up, and then you did a really great job on your the Five Bloods review, man. So definitely been a fan of yours, my friend. You got some great content, so definitely give him a subscription. So check out his channel, some great content there. Certain Viz says started Hannibal yesterday. So far, so good. Yeah, I heard great things about that show. Matt Middleton and everyone involved there. That's a show that at first I wasn't going to watch it because it was on NBC, or not NBC, but NBC, or one of those kind of primetime network shows. I'm just like, there's no way they're going to do Hannibal justice on the network program. But I heard that it's like the most riskiest show on primetime in a very long time. So I'm gonna have to check that out too. I think it's on Netflix, but I've heard great things about it, and I'm a big Hannibal Lecter fan. So hey, from South Africa, glad you were able to make it from South Africa. Thank you so much, and also appreciate all the comments and likes and all the stuff you've been doing on my videos lately. I really appreciate the support. Leo said been on Anderson, yeah, he got some heat, and there's actually a question that I got from the chat, or from my question from Instagram. Someone asked me about albums, so that came out last decade. But yeah, he's a great artist, really great artist. What's going on, Level of Geese? What's going on, Alex? How we doing, man? Welcome. Definitely check out Doom Patrol, Alex, if you get a chance, man. It's a really great show on DC. I believe it's still on the DC app, which I don't have, but I know it's on HBO Max, so that's how I was able to watch the first 2 seasons. So definitely recommend that, my friend. What's going on, David? We are here. What's up, my man, from Flicks Talk? Again, guys, everyone from Levels of Geeks, Alex Levels of Geeks, subscribe to their channel. Geeky Goods Leo, subscribe to his channel. Certain Vids, we got some great content creators in here, so definitely show them support. And in regards to Flicks Talk, David, my guy, we will be going live tomorrow on his channel, because we're going to be doing a weekly news, weekly movie news, TV news, pop culture news. So definitely subscribe to his channel and tune in tomorrow. I believe it's 1 p.m. Central Time that we're going to be going live, talking about all the most recent news and movies, TVs, and all that fun stuff. So definitely check out David's channel, and check us out tomorrow on his channel when we go live. Robert, what's going on, my man? Leo, would love to, brother. Just let me know. Yeah, and since we got some people in the chat, again, if you're already here, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Again, we got some great content creators on this channel, so everyone, support everyone, subscribe to their channels, follow everyone, show some love. But in regards to, I said it pretty early on that I was going to make some announcements in regards to some future videos. As you all may know, with everything going on with the pandemic and being at home and quarantine, I've been watching a lot of stuff, but I've also implemented watch alongs. It was early March. I did a watch along for The Outsider on HBO. Really enjoyed that show. Had a great time with that. So ever since early March, I've been doing watch alongs, and just been having an absolute blast doing so. So I just want to kind of make a quick announcement in regards to what's to come, in regards to marking your calendars and all that fun stuff. So hold on, let me bring it up here so you guys can know what to expect this month in regards to watch alongs. And again, Leo, certain vids, anyone in the chat, if you guys want to join onto these watch alongs, I've done about like 15 of them and have this just great discussions about the movie, the industry, the genre, whatever we're watching. It's just such a great time. So if you guys want to, DM me on Instagram or Twitter and let me know if you guys want to be a part of these 3 particular watch alongs that's going to be coming this week. So let me just pull it up here so you guys can get a little bit of a little insider, little what's to come on Movie Files. So let me bring this up here, make sure we got it pulled up. So on next Friday at, I want to say 7 p.m., this will be my next watch along. So again, mark your calendars now, DM me, let me know if you're interested. So July, it's actually July 3rd, not July 4th, because that's a Saturday. So that's going to be on July 3rd at 6 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be going live on my channel doing a midsummer watch along. So again, if you're a horror fan, if you're an Ari Aster fan, if you're a Florence Pugh fan, if you're a fan of this film, definitely tune in next Friday. Again, I got to change that date. It's going to be on my social media accounts, but it's next Friday, July 3rd at 7 p.m. So the whole thing's messed up, but at 7 p.m. next Friday, we'll be doing a watch along for midsummer. I got some people that already said they want to be on the panel, but let me know if you guys would be interested. Again, that's next Friday, July 3rd at 7 p.m. Central Time, not 6 p.m. and not July 4th for midsummer. So again, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter, and let me know if you guys would like to be a part of this watch along. And then the following week, we got some anniversaries. Actually, this is a particular anniversary. This midsummer's coming out. This is a 2-year anniversary that's going to be celebrating. But another film that I'm going to be watching the following week will be also celebrating a 2-year anniversary. So for all my Spider-Man MCU fans, again, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, July 11th at 6 p.m. Central Time. We will be doing a live stream watch along for Spider-Man Far From Home. So if you're interested, you want to join the panel, you want to talk about Spider-Man, Tom Holland, you want to talk about Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, the future of the MCU, the future of this particular character, and the Spider-Verse, Venom, all the different Morbius. We're going to have a fun discussion on that panel. So if you want to be on that panel, again, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, and just say, hey, Elliot, I want to be a part of these watch alongs, and we can get this all set and ready to go. But again, that next watch along would be 2 weeks from now. So that is July 11th, 6 p.m. Central Time. It's a Saturday, I want to say. And that film is actually going to be celebrating its 2-year anniversary about a week and a half before I do it. But that is one to look forward to. And then last but not least, this is a film that's been talked about for a while now in regards to maybe a potential sequel being with this film. So it's actually celebrating its 10th year anniversary. And let me pull it up here, not Midsummer, but yes, Christopher Nolan's Inception. I will be doing a live watch along for that film. So that will be celebrating its 10th anniversary. I'm going to be doing it on Saturday, July 18th. That is 6 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to talk Christopher Nolan, Inception, Leo's character, was it all a dream? Is it connected to Tenet? One of the best kind of cliffhangers, kind of mystery endings to a film that I've seen in a long time. So again, that's Inception celebrating its 10th year anniversary. And I'm going to be doing a live, as we all movie fans out there know, that for the, it was announced 2 weeks ago that they were going to do the movie theaters were going to be showing this film, but that got pushed back to the end of the month of next month. I believe July 30th or 31st that they're doing that pushback for theaters. So we don't have to be sad about it because we can all watch together at home. So again, Inception, July 18th, 6 p.m. Central Time. Let me know. Again, DM me on Instagram, Twitter, and say, hey, I want to be a part of Midsummer. I want to be a part of Spider-Man. I want to be part of Inception. Let me know. We can make it happen and have some fun discussion. So again, just to recap, the next one will be next week. So again, Midsummer, let me pull it up here. Let me actually edit those right quick so we can have the right times and dates. And I'm going to actually bring this up kind of pretty here and there throughout the stream, just to remind you guys and see if you're interested in joining the panel. And again, if you've never seen one of my watch alongs, head over to my YouTube channel after we're done with this live stream so you get a little bit of a flavor, a little bit of idea of how I do my watch alongs. But again, Midsummer, that watch along will be next Friday, July 3rd at 7 p.m. Central Time. Like I said, DM me, let me know if you'll be interested in joining that panel and having some fun conversations about Ari Aster's second film, Florence Pugh, her incredible performance, in my opinion. We just break it all down. But also, like I said, within my watch alongs, we talk about more than just the film. We talk about horror, we talk about A24, we talk about whatever the genre is, we break it all down. So it's a lot of fun discussions. So let me know if you're interested in that. And then the following week, we got the 11th of July. July 11th, 6 p.m. Central Time, which is a Saturday, celebrating its 2-year anniversary. We got Spider-Man Far From Home, so that will be the following week. And then last but not least, the film that's celebrating its 10-year anniversary, which is insane. July 18th, 6 p.m. Central Time, we're watching Inception. So let me know again if you guys would be interested in joining those panels. And also, even if you don't want to join the panel, make sure you join the stream. We can have some fun conversations about those films and get it all in and have some fun topics. So as you guys see below on the banner, again, I can't thank you guys enough. We got 17 people in the chat now. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. If you came across this channel, you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to my channel. Check out my content, movie reviews, TV reviews, watch-alongs, and some other awesome content on this channel. So, but as you can see at the banner says below, other ways to support the channel. I do have super chat. So if you guys want to do a donation, ask me a question, whatever the case may be, definitely welcome. As well as I have Streamlabs open. So that's streamlabs.com/moviefiles. Again, those are just donations to the channel, goes into the channel, not into my pockets. It actually goes to the channel for, increasing things like cameras, lighting, so on and so forth. But if you guys don't have the finances to the means to support the channel, that's perfectly fine. The best thing to do for this channel is give this video a thumbs up and again, support the content on the channel. So that's all I can ask for. But again, I thank you guys for all the support thus far. And let's get into this Q&A. So the way I did my first one last month was I had you guys send me in questions on the different social media platforms, again, Instagram, Twitter, all that different stuff. So I'm going to be answering you guys' questions first, or kind of intermixing the two. So a couple questions. Let me pull up the Q&A that you guys sent me here, and we'll get this bad boy started. So again, what I'm going to be doing is, again, I'm going to be reading questions that you guys submitted through all the different social media outlets that I have, and then back and forth between the live chat and things of that nature. So it's gonna be a fun time. So let's get it in. So starting off with my Instagram, I see some easy questions here. We got No Limit Sith saying, "How are you doing?" I'm doing pretty good. No Limit Sith, like that title, that handle's pretty cool name. I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing? And how are you all doing in the chat? Nice little easy question to start off the Q&A. We got Hersha, Marvel DC 777. Do you watch anime? I currently don't watch anime, but when I was younger, I never really got into anime, but now I have so many amazing people that I've connected with over the last few years with Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Perk, who's in the chat now, is always raving about Attack on Titans and all the different Airbender, the last Airbender and all that different stuff. So that's definitely something I want to get into, especially with HBO Max and having the all the different animes that they have in there. So definitely something I'll have to look into. And like I said, I heard Attack on Titans is a pretty awesome show. So eventually, to answer your question, Marvel DC 777, I will be diving deeper into some anime because I've heard that there's some great storytelling within that media. So I'm definitely have to check it out because I'm always a sucker. I don't care what the animation, live action, 2D, 3D, whatever the case may be. I'm always a fan of just great storytelling. So I'm going to have to get into it one of these days and talk with Perk on some of these animes. I know he's a big anime fan. I know there's a lot of anime fans out there. So definitely one of these days, get into it. So we got Kyla from Twitter. This is a good question. So has there been any movie so bad, frustrating, that you turned off and never looked back? So I have OCD to the max. So like if I ever start something, like I have to finish it no matter how bad it is. I've never walked out of a movie theater before just because, number one, I'm not paying for something and then leaving, walking out. I get a bunch of free screeners, but even then I wouldn't walk out of a theater. So I've never done that before. And the only times I watched a film and I couldn't finish it, it wasn't due to the film being so bad, even though I have seen some pretty horrendous films, in particularly this year alone. But only reason I didn't finish is because I had to either go to work, something came up, whatever the case may be. But I've never shut off a film because it was so bad. But to somewhat answer your question, Kyla, most recently, 2 weeks ago to be exact, Artemis Fowl. Again, I don't turn off films because they're so bad, but if that film was so bad to me that I just kind of shut off, I just kind of was just watching it. It was just I didn't know what was happening. After a certain point in that film, it was just I can't believe Kenneth Branagh, who I think is a pretty accomplished director and also an actor and just a talented person and individual. I couldn't believe he put his name on that. Judi Dench is one of the best actors or actresses of her decade, of her time, of her generation. She's a phenomenal actress. I can't believe she was in that film, and I don't know what the hell she was doing in it. Josh Gad, he's hit or miss to me, man. I think he's this generation's trying to be a Jack Black type of character in regards to you see him popping up in the. I think he has like I don't know if he like had like a blood sacrifice with Disney. Like he has to be in every like Disney kids film with obviously Frozen. He's going to be in Honey I Shrunk the Kids, and then obviously this film. So Disney loves them some Josh Gad, and I like Josh Gad. Don't get me wrong. I like him in some of the things I see him in, but him in that film, the voice that he was doing, Artemis Fowl, that was like, so to answer your question, Kayla, that was like a film that I just didn't cut off, but I like mentally checked out because I'm just like, this is ridiculous. This is so stupid. And also for TV too, 13 Reasons Why, the most recent season 4, one of the worst TV shows, one of the worst seasons of anything I've ever seen. And I was pretty close on checking out of that. But like I said in my review for that show, I had to laugh. Like I just had to laugh at that show because if I took it seriously, I wouldn't be able to watch it all. So I just had to look at it like a parody of itself. That 13 Reasons Why season 4 was rough. And then she has a second question. What are the biggest pet peeves that turn you off about movie, TV shows entirely? That's another good question. Pet peeves. Again, I won't turn it off because of pet peeves, but there are some pet peeves I have about movies and shows. Number one, when people are like pretending to be on the phone and then like you see their phone and it's like they're not even talking to anyone. It's just like that's like a little minor thing. Or like fake apps within movies and shows. Like instead of for being Instagram, it'll be like Insta something, or be like, hand face, or there'd just be like some weird apps that you see on people's phones. Just like you couldn't just, I don't know. Anyway, so that's a small one. Eating, I hate when people are on shows. Not hate, but pet peeve. It always gets to me when people are like eating some breakfast or dinner, and then they just like walk away from their food. Like again, OCD galore. I have to finish things, movie shows, and including food. So when people don't finish their food or whatever the case may be, that always gets to me. A little small. As you can see, I have some really weird pet peeves. What's another one? There's a ton of them that I can't even think of, but those are two that came to mind. Is people pretending to be on phones and fake apps within movies and shows. Oh, also horror fans, and I'm a big horror fan. Whenever the family or a husband and wife or significant others, when they're like clearly in a haunted house, the husband, the wife, the kids, the niece, the nephew, whatever, they see something. They see someone with their head missing. They see a ghost with their head missing, and they just be like, no, I don't think I just saw that. I'm not going to tell everyone in the house what I just saw. I'm just going to continue to just let these hauntings take place. And then obviously halfway through the film or at the end of the film, they finally kind of say, oh, you saw that too. It's just like, come on. Like in real life, if I saw a headless horse, a headless person in my closet, first off, I'm out of the house. Second off, whoever's with me at the time is going to know about it immediately. I'm not holding that stuff in. So like horror tropes, stuff like that really kind of get to me. So there you go, Kayla. Thank you for that question there. So transitioning into some of you guys' questions in the live chat, because I don't want to ignore you guys. Again, I appreciate you coming by, showing support. I think I left off on Geeky Goods. Would love to, brother. Just let me know. Yeah, that was about the watch alongs that I announced earlier, and I'll again bring that up a little bit later on. We got Levels of Geeks. Again, Alex, what's going on? Again, check out all these content creators channel, but Alex and Ken from Mid Level Media, they go live every Monday and Wednesday, and they talk about everything. So definitely check out their content, and Alex on his channel as well. He is a collector of movies, so he does like a lot of unboxings, has a lot of great collections. So TransformerCon, what's going on? Speaking of Levels of Geeks, this is a big supporter of theirs, and I'm glad that you're able to support this channel, my friend. So thank you for coming on. Appreciate it, bro. But yeah, anytime, man. I binge watched season 1 or 2, and I need to get that's a great question or comment. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in the chat, I urge you to, whatever you're doing right now, if you have Netflix, there is a show, and I've been hearing about the show for a couple of years. There's a show called Dark. It premiered December 1st of 2017, and that's season 1, and then season 2 was last June of 2019, and the most recent season premiered today, and I'm like I almost didn't go live because I'm in the midst of watching that season. I'm like halfway through season 3, which has been phenomenal. But either way, what United is talking about here, guys, that person, United binge season 1 and 2. On Tuesday, I started season 1, and today's Saturday. I've seen season 1 and 2, and it's 18 episodes. They're about an hour or so episodes as far as length. I binged them within 2 or 3 days. I'm not blowing smoke up you guys is, overhyping this show, sending you, the wrong direction. If you're part of this community and you, most of the time you like my opinions on movies and shows and you take my suggestions and recommendations. If you guys want to see time travel done right, you want to see one of the most integral, most detailed shows I've ever seen. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing since sliced bread because I haven't seen everything. I've seen some great TV shows, but I haven't seen some of the more, the other ones that people like rave about. But the shows I've seen in my life on Earth, this has to be one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. Like no smoke, no, what did they say? No cap. Like this is like Dark is an incredible show, guys. Like it is so. Again, I watch a lot of stuff with time travel. Obviously, Back to the Future. Most recently Endgame and everything in between. And some of those handle it well, but sometimes it's just like that wouldn't happen if that was time travel. This show takes time travel and really dives into the scientific aspects of it, the psychology of it, the consequences, the stakes of time traveling, which we don't know if time travels were real or not, but if it was, this show will show you how it would be done. It's not only a time travel show, it's a phenomenal sci-fi show. It's a family drama, a lot of secrets, a lot of lies, a lot of deception, really dark show, all pun intended. The writing is incredible. The acting is incredible. I will say, because I know some people aren't subtitle fans, is in German. It's the first like big budget German show on Netflix when it premiered 3 years ago. But it's like award winning. It's critically acclaimed. It's the best show on Netflix. It's the best show I've seen. Like I said, it's one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. If that doesn't hype you up enough, I don't know what else will. Dark is incredible, and expect my review for season 3, hopefully tomorrow, because I'm going to try to finish it once we get done here. But thank you, United, for sorry for that rant there. As you guys can see, I'm pretty passionate about Dark. It's an incredible show. And like I said, if you take any of my recommendations or suggestions with movies and shows, take that one, and you won't be disappointed. If you are, hey, to each his own, but I highly doubt if you stick through that show, you got to pay attention to it because it is a lot going on. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of different generations we're in, time that we're in, but it is incredible. It is incredible. So I'm all over that, brother. Just subscribe. Looking forward to like I said, guys, like Geeky Goods Leo did, check out each other's content because you guys, everyone in the chat now that has Instagram, Twitter, in the YouTube space out there, check out all these content creators. Leo, like I said, we got David from Flicks Talk. We got, Alex from Geek of Nerds. We got, a bunch of content creators in this chat now. So definitely show each other some support and check out each other's content because you guys make some great content. And I'm honored and privileged for you guys to be here. And also, I love that you guys support my content and, like I said, support each other. So we got Q. What's going on, my man? My man from Michigan, Q, guys. Another great content creator. This guy talks movies. He talks TVs. He talks food reviews. He has his, skits on his show. I mean, the guy's a great guy altogether. He works in the film industry, has a great eye for, horror, visual effects. I mean, I can't speak highly enough about Q. Great guy, great content, and I'm glad he was able to make it, Q. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Like I said, we got Perk earlier. He's my anime expert. Definitely check out his channel. He has a lot of great live streams, a lot of great content, a lot of great reviews on his channel. Terror season 1 and 2. Haven't seen that. I think Terror is the one on AMC, if I'm not mistaken. That came out a couple years ago, which I think was like a show on like a boat or something. It was a monster. I saw like the first, some of the episodes. I don't know why I never finished it. It wasn't because it was good. I just maybe something else popped up. Like I did it with that show. Another show that I thought was really good and never went back to for whatever reason was Better Call Saul. So sometimes it just happens, right? We was like, this show was great, and you just kind of fall off for whatever reason. Hannibal is great. Pity it got canceled. Yeah, I heard, like I said, who was that? Certain Vids brought it up earlier about how great it is, and I've heard great things about it for a long time. I just haven't checked it out, but I'm gonna have to do so. Mo, what's going on? Mo on her little trip, doing her thing, seeing her family. I'm so glad you was able to make it, Mo. Appreciate it. Everyone say what's up to everybody. Show everyone some love and support. What Power Ranger would you want to be as a kid and why? That's funny because we were just talking about that. Funny enough, my favorite Power Ranger. So number one, if you guys didn't know, I grew up with Power Rangers. I grew up in the 90s. So big Power Rangers fan. Growing up, it was Tommy. And I told Morgan earlier, the reason why is because I love compelling characters. I love complex characters. If you all, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen Power Rangers, Tommy was initially the villain at a certain point of that show. He was mind controlled by Rita, and he was the Green Ranger. And the Green Ranger was a badass. He was so cool. I love Jason and Zach and Billy and Kimberly and all those crew, but Tommy was the man. And then once Tommy became, he wasn't mind control. He became, still the Green Ranger for a while, and then he became the White Ranger. And I cut when I got older, I didn't watch Power Rangers, but I know he was on like Dido Rangers and some other Power Ranger stuff. So I'm not sure what Tommy's up to nowadays. But when I was a kid, Tommy as the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, that was my guy. Again, he wasn't a a basic character. He was complex. He was the bad guy turned good guy. So I always love a complex character and compelling character. So definitely Tommy. But appreciate the question, Mo. Geeky Leo from Geeky Good says season 2 is so good right now. Gotta watch new episodes. If you're referring to Dark, Leo, yes, season 2 is incredible. Season 1 is incredible, and so far season 3 is phenomenal. And it's if you're talking about Dark, Leo, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more with that question. Again, talking about the new episodes, man, season 3 has been phenomenal. This show has the best arcs, the best characters, the best stories, and it is just like it is mind blowing. And again, I didn't watch the show at the very beginning. I'm just getting on the hype train. Like I said, I just binged season 1 and 2 this past week, and it's just so funny how this particular season 3, is tying into the very first season. And it's just, I don't want to spoil anything, but it is just. It's one of those shows, ladies and gentlemen, that I can't recommend enough. Same to you. Just subscribe. Yeah, like I said, everyone support everybody. That's what it's about. So let me get back to these questions here. You guys got so many great questions. I don't want to fall off because there's so many great comments. I don't want you guys to be here for 4 hours, but I'm going to try to catch up to these questions here. But let me go back to the questions you guys sent me via Instagram and Twitter, and then we'll pop back in here. So speaking of Perk Minded, who I was just talking about, he sent me a question on Instagram. His question was, what is your top five albums of the last decade? Ooh, Bert, that's a great question, man. Growing up, I was a big person into music. And my range of music goes from, being a Jay-Z fan, my greatest rapper of all time, in my opinion, Tupac, Biggie, all those people in the 90s, growing up in the 90s. And then I would transition in high school, listening to Radiohead, listening to Blink 182, listening to, some of those, different bands and alternative rock and things of that nature. And I don't know why they're slipping my mind. What is the name of that group? Hold on, I gotta look it up now because now it's gonna. Let me see. Anyway, I can't think of it. It's another rock band I used to listen to. James Blake growing up. So it's like so many different things. But in the last decade, it's just been hip hop most likely. More than I listen to. It's just hip hop nowadays. So top 5 albums. Got to be Kendrick Lamar. He has like 3. Most of his albums came out this past decade. So Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly. And his most recent album, 2017, Damn. So those are 3 albums. So I'll just pick one of those. So probably To Pimp a Butterfly. I think all his albums are classics, but I'll put that on the list. J. Cole is one of my favorite rappers ever, especially in this new generation of rappers. Well, not new generation, but I guess not even my generation. So I guess like the back half of the 2000s, because now the new generation, which I don't listen to any of the new rappers, because I just don't. Can't relate to him. So definitely J. Cole. All his albums came out this past decade. So, I mean, just pick from whether it be 2014, Forest Hill Drive, or his most recent album, KOD, was great. J. Cole got some classic. Born Sinner. Like I said, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake. I'm a Drake fan. I would probably say Take Care or what's the Nothing Was the Same. That album's up there. Like I said, Jay-Z is my favorite rapper, and he had 2 albums that came out last decade. They're not my favorites of the decade, though. Magna Carta, Holy Grail, and 444. Let's see. Well, I gave you more than 5, but those are some that come to mind for sure. I'm trying to think, is there anyone? Grew up a big Eminem fan, and the new Eminem albums are fine, but none of them are like top tier to me, in my opinion. I didn't listen to the last album. I heard that was pretty good, but yeah. Like I said, anything from J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, even most recent Travis Scott, Astro World 2018. That was a banger of an album. Love that album. So Certain Vid says, if you could be any superhero, who would you be? That's a great question. From a power standpoint, just having all the abilities, probably Superman. But from like I don't know, like just badass, super awesome character with a background, super powerful, either probably Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, any of those people, but probably, besides Superman, probably Wonder Woman. I think she's such a badass character, and I just love Wonder Woman, top to bottom, such a fantastic character. And like I said, I'm a DC guy and Marvel guy, but those are some superheroes. So probably, like I said, probably Superman because he has everything. Eve from Cinematics, she sent me a question on Instagram saying, Charmed versus Buffy, pick one. Buffy. Never got into Charm. But Buffy was my jam. Joss Whedon, Sarah Michelle Gellar. I love Buffy. It's like one of my favorite shows growing up. Eve also asks, favorite series of 2020. I think you guys might know that already. That's Dark. Even though the new season's out now and I'm halfway through it. But so I guess I haven't technically finished. So it's not 2020 because I haven't finished it. But shows I've completed that came out this year: Devs, The Outsider, Defending Jacob. Those are some three that come to mind. Certain Viz says, are you excited about Chicken Run #2? Sure. I haven't seen I haven't seen the first one since forever, so I really can't say what happened in that film, but I know when I did see it, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll definitely check it out when it comes out. I think it's going to be available on streaming on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken, if I saw the news right. Certain Vids also asked, favorite movie of all time. That's a great question, man. Favorite movie of all time? I don't know. Probably the movie I saw the most growing up and still to this day is Jurassic Park. So maybe that, because I grew up with it and watched it so many damn times. Also, Eve had a question. Are you a fan of the Fargo series? Yes, Eve. I love the first 3 seasons of Fargo, most recently with Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I thought that was a great season. Obviously, the first 2 seasons were incredible. So very excited to see what the new season has to offer. I know it got pushed back. It has Chris Rock and a bunch of awesome people. So yes, I love the movie also, and I love the series. So Stephanie asks, name a movie you've only seen once. Name a movie. There's a lot of movies I've only seen once. So yeah, I don't even know what a movie. I guess maybe a popular movie, Citizen Kane. I've only seen that once, and that's considered to be like the greatest movie of all time. And I've only seen it one time, and I really enjoyed it for what it was. Do I think it's the greatest movie of all time? I don't know. Was it Rose Byrne or whatever that? I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I've only seen that once, and like I said, I know it's like revered to be the greatest movie ever made. Film Stock, Chris from Film Stock, what's going on, Film Stock? He asked me a question on Instagram that was favorite usage of a song in a movie. Excuse me. Favorite usage of a song in a movie. I can't think of the name of the song, but I don't know why it's just coming to my mind. I love this film, but Sing Street, the song that they was like this is my life, you can't do. I love that song. I love that movie too. If you guys haven't seen Sing Street, it's like a phenomenal film, but that film comes to mind. Mid-level reviews, Ken from Mid-level Reviews asks. Also Ken, like I mentioned earlier with Alex, they have a show together. Every Monday and Wednesday, they do live streams with the movie news, TV news. So definitely check out Ken and Alex at Level of Geeks. Ken asks, what are your top 3 A24 films? Ooh, one of my favorite studios. Off the top, Ex Machina, mid-90s. Love that film. Hereditary. Yeah, we'll say Hereditary. So yeah, mid-90s, Hereditary, Ex Machina. We got Best Movies.s through Instagram. She's a great Instagram. All these people have great Instagram accounts, but if you guys like cinema and gangster films, she has a great account. She asks favorite Scorsese movie and why. Goodfellas. And why? Because I just love that story. I thought the acting was great. I thought Joe Pesci and that whole crew. I just love that film, Goodfellas. It's a great movie too, and one of my favorite gangster films, Martin Scorsese films ever. But also second, probably Wolf of Wall Street. Casino's up there. I mean, obviously Martin Scorsese is one of the greatest to ever do it. So those are some that come to mind. But yeah, definitely Goodfellas. 1990, Goodfellas. I love that film. Dead Poet Society Films asks your favorite 2020 TV show till now. Again, someone asked me that earlier. I think that was that Eve? I think she asked me that. But yeah, the same thing. Defending Jacob, Devs, The Outsider, Ozark season 2 or season 3. I watch a lot of TV. And like I said, Dark, because I just started watching that. So, or season 3, I should say, of Dark, which again, I can't rave enough about that show. Leo from Geeky Goods asks, what made you want to start doing movie reviews? Great question, man. I've always been a fan of film. Growing up with film, went to school for film. And wanted to make films for the longest time, and just things didn't work out that way, which is perfectly fine. But in regards to start reviewing films, just getting my voice out there, man. It's just like I said, if you guys have been part of this community for a while, I talk to big blockbuster film shows. I talk about all the pulp culture, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, all that stuff. But you know I also watch a lot of independent films. I watch a lot of international shows and movies. So it's just a matter of just showing that, hey, this kid from Chicago watches a lot of stuff and has a voice and opinion about it. And like I said, with these great content creators on here, it's just a matter of, having people watch new things, learn from new things, learn from shows and movies. So that's just one of those things, just having my voice out there and suggesting some great things that you guys can watch and look forward to. So yeah, it's just a matter of just getting my voice out there, more or less. The moral of the story, the origins of this movie channel. And I actually had a channel when I was in high school and just didn't keep up with it. So the creation movie files is coming up on 3 years this September. So great question there, my friend. And I'm going to answer, these are just the final, and then I'm just going to go straight to the live stream, because you guys I don't want to get too far behind, because I know there's some great comments in here that I don't want to miss out on. And I want you guys to hear my question live if you guys aren't able to stay on the whole time. So let me go through these respectively, giving you guys a thought out question or answer for the questions. But we got Trevor, who is from Geeky or Film Geeks. He asks, what are I'm sorry, you are about to direct a movie about your life. Who is the starring two actors, two actresses? My life is not that interesting, Trevor, to be honest with you, man. So I don't know, this random actors to be in a movie I'm going to direct about my life. Give me Denzel, give me Leonardo DiCaprio, and then give me Emily Blunt and Viola Davis. There you go. I don't know what the film is about my life, so it's going to be boring. So I got to get some talented people to make my life a little bit more entertaining, I guess. We got the Arabian Khaleesi asks, what is your favorite film that you've seen at home since quarantine started? Great question. Man, I've seen a lot of stuff so far this year. So I did this series called Movies That I Missed of 2019, and just movies that I missed in general that I'm now starting to add to the mix. But I've seen some gems, man, like I didn't see last year, like Manos, The Art of Self-Defense, Loose, Waves, were some great films that I didn't get a chance to see last year that I finally saw at home this year. And then this year that I've watched at home, The Five Bloods was pretty incredible. I'm trying to think of some other films that I saw that I gave a pretty high score to. Though, like I said, The Five Bloods come to mind. I'm trying to see. Let's see. And I'm assuming you're talking about new films, because I watch a lot of the classics too. But those are some films that come to mind. Little Woods was a really great film. So yeah, so a lot of the films I've seen has been from the last year or so. Time to Hunt, which was on Netflix, I thought was a great film. Tiger Trail, I thought was great, or Tiger Tail, which came out this year, I thought was a great movie. So yeah, those are some films I saw at home that I really enjoyed during quarantine. Let's see. Senna Imperfecto says, do you work professionally in the film industry? I don't, but that was the plan at one point in time. But the origins, the course of the actions have changed in that profession. But I did want to work in the film industry, and who knows where this channel can take me. Maybe I'll find some way to get into the industry, breaking news or talking movie news, which, is something I want to do inevitably. But yeah, but I don't currently work in the film industry, professionally speaking. Scott McGliffin official says, sending positive vibes to you and stay safe. You too, Scott. Thank you so much. Sending positive vibes to everyone in the chat as well, and across the world, of course. Movie blurb. What's going on, Sean? Thank you so much for sending this question, my friend. I think Sean's in a live chat too. We found him on the channel for a previous watch along for Hereditary, and hopefully we'll get him back on the channel pretty soon. But Sean says, what criteria do you have in evaluating and grading remakes? Great question, Sean. Remakes. I'm not one of those people that get like super upset about classic films getting remade, even though I know a lot of people have, some thoughts about that. I'm all advocate about originality, original IPs, creating something new. But I have no problem with Hollywood going back and remaking some films that can maybe take some enhancements from either technology, having a different take on it, or whatever the case may be. So I guess to kind of weave into that question, it's just, bringing something new, remakes are very interesting, right? Because you're obviously remaking it to tell a story that's been told once before, whether that be good or bad, and you want to get it. You want to revamp it. You want to reintroduce it to people. We all know about the Disney live action remakes, and I know a lot of people like myself have been somewhat critical on more than half of those films, but at the same time, there's another generation that's coming up that, their first time seeing Lion King as a live action, which, is a good thing or a bad thing for some people. They can appreciate the visual effects, but, people like me that grew up with Lion King is like, oh, it's almost a carbon copy, more or less. But the moral of the story is, though, there's another generation growing up that's growing up with these films, and they not only get to see this new iteration of a particular story, but then they can actually go back and look at the original, right? So that's what I always love about the remakes. It's just like, oh, I've never heard this film, and then they see the remake, and then they go back and show some love or appreciation for the original one. So as far as criteria, I just look for what is it new you want to tell? What is it that you're bringing this movie from the 70s? What are you going to do in the 2000s, 2020? What are you going to introduce to this new particular story and characters and things of that nature? So it's just a matter of, if you're going to add something new, put some flair to it, and then if you're just going to be a carbon copy, like a Lion King, which again, I know a lot of people bash on that film. I actually didn't think the film was bad. Yes, it was a carbon copy, but seeing it visually with the the visual effects, I thought were incredible in my opinion. So, but yeah, it's just a matter of what can you do differently, and if you don't do anything differently, what are you adding to the media? Are you doing something technology wise? Like I said, with Lion King, are you doing something where you're adding some new elements to the characters or whatever the case may be? So yeah. The Film Critic asks, best film of 2020 so far and favorite film of 2020 so far. Best film of 2020 so far. It's The Five Bloods, in my opinion, and The Invisible Man is up there. And then my favorite film is probably, so they go hand in hand. Favorite film to me is The Five Bloods, and I think the best made film so far is The Five Bloods, personally. And then, like I said, The Invisible Man's up there. I'll have to look through. Like I said, I see so many movies this year, I can't even really remember all of them. I thought that, I'm trying to look at a list. Just Mercy I saw this year, even though it technically was released last year. I thought that was a great film. 1917 I know came out late last year, but I didn't see it to this year, and I know, like, at least in my theater, it had a wider release. I enjoyed that. The Lodge I enjoyed. The Platform on Netflix I enjoyed. That was a really great film in my opinion. So yeah, I've saw some good films this year, no doubt. And then finishing up, The Last Jedi says our favorite Scorsese film, Goodfellas. And then the unpopular film critic, what's your favorite TV show of all time? Probably either Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones or Dark. So those are all the questions you guys sent me on the social media accounts. Again, thank you guys for sending in those questions. Hope you enjoyed the answers, and I can't thank you enough for the support. So let me go back to this chat, because the chat is popping, guys. Like I can't ignore the wonderful people that's in the chat and answering or asking me some incredible questions. So let's see what we got here. Let me catch up with you guys. Yeah, we talked about Hannibal. Flicks Talk, shout out to you posting that pic of Children of the Corn. Man, that movie's going to be trash. Yeah, I don't even like the original, if I'm being honest with you guys. I thought the original with Linda Hamilton from Transformers. I don't like the original Children of the Corn. I don't know if that's a hot take or what. I'm not a fan. I thought those kids were not. I didn't like that film, to say the less. That one guy, was it Isaac? Was that his name? The leader of the kids, who's like a 30-year-old man, a child playing a man. It was just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Children of the Corn, but again, we were talking about remakes. Maybe they'll translate it differently, right, and have some talented actors in those roles. And again, to each his own. I know some people love Children of Corn. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Triborough Gigolo. What's going on, my friend? Glad you was able to make it. Q salute. Yes. What's up, Perp? I love the love in the chat right now. People showing each other love. That's what it's about. So glad that you're all able to make it. First movie you saw as a kid in the theaters. Oh man, jeez. First, man, that I can't remember, man. I've seen so many movies at the theater. It probably wasn't a kid's movie, to be honest with you, because my mom, I grew up with my mom and my grandmother. They didn't really They didn't have any restrictions to what I mean, they didn't let me see, full-fledged rated R films that they knew of. Nevertheless, go to friends' houses and go downstairs and watch them HBO when they were asleep. But as far as the theater goes, I don't know, man. It might have been, man. That's a good question, man. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even make up something. It was probably what year did the Power Rangers film come out? Was that like 96? And I saw a film before that. Like I saw films. I've been at the theater since I was probably like 3 or 4. So honestly, I don't even know. But I'll say maybe something in the Power Rangers world. Karen, big supporter of the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, Karen. She says Doom Patrol season 2 is starting off pretty good, but I'm not looking forward to next week's episode. Characters I didn't like in season 1 will be in it. Which characters are those? So I did a review for Doom Patrol season 1. I didn't love it as much as everyone. Like, I know some people call it like the best show ever in DC Universe, which it may be the case. I still think, even though the show definitely fell off, both shows, The Flash and Arrow, like those first 2 seasons of Flash and Arrow were great to me. But as a package, they're 8 seasons in the Arrow, which just ended, and then 6 or 7 seasons in the Flash, and they just fell off hard. But in regards to those, I'm trying to think of what characters. So in my review, again, you guys can watch my review. The characters I really didn't vibe with in season 1 and Doom Patrol, not because they were bad actors. It's just I thought their story was like repetitive throughout the season and just was kind of lackluster. Cyborg, Rita, and Larry, great actors. They did great jobs, but like Larry's, I don't want to give it to it because I know some people haven't seen it, but yeah. Either way, I'm not looking forward to next week. I'm not sure what other characters. Those characters are in the show forever, so I don't even know who that could be. But I'm looking forward to it. I don't know who's going to pop up that Karen doesn't like. Let me know in the comments, Karen. What characters are those that are popping up next week? Robert Jeter says, "Did you hear the news about Michael Keaton possibly playing Batman in the Flash movie?" Did I hear news about a Batman movie? Is what. With Robert, Batman is my favorite superhero of all time. So yes, Mr. Robert, I have heard the news, my friend. What do I think about the news? I think it's interesting, man. There's the aspect of it that Griff from a Film Speaks. Griffin Schiller was, him and Sean Chandler have they go live, I think every Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. He had broke some news, which is great on them, man. It was so cool. Like I've met Griff for the first time. I was on a live stream with him on Jared's channel when we were doing a fundraiser for Black Lives Matter. So I was able to interact with him for the first time. So it was really cool to see his name and headlines and stuff like that. Him and Sean, that was really awesome. But yeah, the idea of Michael Keaton getting into the mix is to introduce a Batman Beyond film, which I think would be great. Which would be great to show everything in that universe. Watching as a kid is a great animated series. So that's some really good stuff. And I read today, I don't know if the news is accurate now, but I heard that the talk has fell through for whatever reason, and they want to bring Ben Affleck back. So again, as you all may or may not know, I'm a huge DC fan, and I hope the future of DC, not hope, I think the future of DC is looking really bright, just in the immediate future with Wonder Woman 84, which I hope to see this year. And then, obviously Batman, Suicide Squad, Shazam 2, Black Adam, and then we'll see what comes of, the Flash film. Flash is one of my favorite superheroes. I like Ezra Miller as an actor, not talking about the stuff that he did outside of acting, but just in regards to his acting on screen. We got to talk about Kevin and all the different things I've seen him in. I know people aren't really fond of him as the Flash. Again, I think he's a great actor. So I think, him having his own film, he might be able to flex his acting muscles a little bit more. And you get to all the story with his mom and, his dad being in jail and being accused of killing his mom. And, Flash, he doesn't have, the same rogues gallery as Batman or maybe even Superman, or Spider-Man. But, you look at Reverse Flash, you look at Dr. Zoom. I mean, Gorilla Grodd. I mean, he has some really, Ice Captain Cold. I mean, he has some really cool characters that they can explore in his universe and within his film. So, but to tie this back around, I would like to see, if this news is true with Michael Keaton come back to the mix and then maybe being a Batman Beyond, that would be pretty cool. And we'll probably talk about it tomorrow on the live stream that me and David are doing, going live tomorrow. So, on his channel, we're going to be talking movie news and TV news tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time. Val Kilmer, I like his voice as Batman. Yeah, Val Kilmer, I think he gets a little bit of, the film wasn't that great, but I think he was a solid Batman for what it's worth. All right, showing some love. Val Kilmer did a decent job as Batman, but Michael Keaton is my favorite. Yeah, I think that some people say he's going to wear the suit again, Karen. So that'll be pretty cool to see him rocking the suit again. The older Batman, Michael Keaton Batman. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Michael Keaton, so it'll be really cool to see him back in the mix. If the news is true, haven't seen Midsummer. Well, my friend, tune in with us, which is a great segue. Again, guys, if you weren't able to tune in when we first started the live stream, I made the announcement of my next live stream will be Midsummer, or my next live watch along will be Midsummer, July 3rd, 7 p.m. Central Time. Any and everyone is welcome to join the chat, obviously. But if you want to join the actual panel, I can have up to 5 guests. Right now, I have at least one person locked in, so I can have 4 more other guests on that panel. We're going to talk about Midsummer, A24, Florence Pugh, Ari Aster, other horror films, just some great horror conversations. So if you guys want to mark your calendars, I hope you can join in on the live stream, join the chat, have some fun conversations, have a great time with me and my other guests. And then speaking of guests, if you want to be one of those guests, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever the case may be. You can, just hit me up and let me know if you want to be on the stream, like literally on the stream, and we can talk about the film and you can be on the panel. So let me know. And then as far as the following week, I have Spider-Man Far From Home, which is July 11th, 6 p.m. Central Time. That's a Saturday. So if you want to join that chat, talking Marvel, talking Spider-Man, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, the future of Marvel, the future of this particular character, Spider-Man. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? What's your favorite Spider-Man movie? Everything Spider-Man. We're going to be talking about it that Saturday at 6 p.m. for Far From Home. And then the following week, we got the 10-year anniversary of Inception. So again, guys, that's going to be July 18th, 6 p.m. Saturday Central Time. If you want to join that conversation, that's going to be a great conversation about Christopher Nolan. The film, is it a dream? Is it fake? Was it all a dream? All that fun stuff. Is it a sequel to Tenet? And then, of course, talking about our favorite Christopher Nolan films, our favorite sci-fi films. There's a lot of great conversations. If you guys haven't tuned into one of my live streams, we not only, analyze, review, dissect the film, but we talk about everything within that particular genre, that particular director, the actors. It's a great time. So definitely, like I said, join those live streams. And again, if you want to be a part of Midsummer, you want to be a part of Spider-Man Far From Home, you want to be a part of Inception, if you want to be on that panel, DM me, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, and say, hey, Elliot, I would love to join the live stream. I would love to be a part of the watch along and join the conversation. Just let me know and we can make it happen. We can make it happen. So, but yeah, great transition. I think it was the Tri-Barrel that talked about Midsummer. So thank you, sir. Definitely check it out. Watch alongs are great. Too bad I can't make them all. No worries, man. You can watch the replay and cue it up at home. United States, if Keaton had Kim was, yeah, that would be a very interesting mashup there. Chilling, bro. How you doing? Mid levels or a level of geeks. Definitely down for Spider-Man. I'll do. Hey, for sure, man. I would love to have you on, my friend, because like I said, you got some great content in your channel. I love your thoughts. I love you're hilarious too, my friend. You got some really good zingers. Your reviews, man. You're a really great content creator. So I would love to have you on the channel. So yeah, we can make that happen, man. Oh, I'm all in for Spider-Man. Definitely, Leo. We get you on the channel, my friend. We can make that happen. Both MCU Spider-Mans were trash. Hey, to each his own, man. I would love to get you in the stream on that Spider-Man conversation. But yeah, I like Tom Holland. I like this rendition of Spider-Man, because you got to remember, this is Spider-Man, the MCU Spider-Man. So they're doing what they would do with their universe. This is the Spider-Man in their universe. So of course he's gonna, we're gonna dive into that when we talk about it in 2 weeks, but to each his own, man. Hopefully maybe the third one will change your mind when we get the next Spider-Man movie. If I had to pick, it would be Far From Home was all right. Yeah, Far From Home was fun. Like I said, we're going to break it all down in a couple weeks, so you guys can get my full thoughts on Far From Home and Jake Gyllenhaal and the future of the MCU and Spider-Man. LOL, hot take, United. I thought they were great. Yeah, I thought so too. But hey, like I said, man, I know some people aren't a fan of the the Spider Iron Man type of character, where Iron Man essentially is the Ben of his universe, of his world. But it kind of makes sense to me, just for the simple fact that it's in the MCU and he's like the OG of the Avengers and all that stuff. But I know some people don't like those Spider-Man films. So, but most respect that. I love them all. Tri-Barrel says Tenet. Yeah, I've been saying this for a while, and it's not like I'm not not breaking news or anything. I wasn't the first one to say it, but when I saw those theories, I'm like, man, that would be pretty interesting if we saw, was it not Dom? I can't think of Leo's character, but it's something with a D. If he popped up somehow, or if it was just acknowledged that it was in the same universe, whether we know, Ken's business. Ken Wakanami, it was his name. I think that's his name. But Ken, he has that corporation. Like if we saw his corporation in the background, or if we saw Ellen Page or something, or Michael Caine's school, or just some acknowledgments in the universe, that would be pretty mind bending and mind blowing. And I'm, the whole. The whole thing when Tenet was, Inception was coming out 2 weeks before Tenet, that really kind of sparked my interest. Like, oh man, that would be crazy. But we all know, here's the thing about Christopher Nolan. Besides his Batman trilogy, he really isn't a sequel guy, right? He likes original movies. And not saying that if he somehow tied these together, it would not necessarily be an original idea because those are his films, right? So it's still kind of an original thing. So it'll be really interesting. So, I mean, what is it, August? I don't even remember when the reschedule is, like August 12th, I think. And if I'm being honest with you all, you might not want to hear this, but I don't think it's going to hit that August 12th. I don't think we're going to get any big blockbuster films until maybe this fall, if I'm being honest, but we'll see. Facts. Homecoming, I actually love Homecoming, but hey, man, Spider-Man MCU is not for everyone. I watched Midsummer last week, and it reminds me of yeah, that's a great comparison. The Wizard of Oz meeting the Wicker Man. Definitely great call, Karen. Hopefully you can join that chat when we go live next week. Let's see. You have to pay me to watch Spider-Man. Kidding, LOL. Yeah, I like Spider-Man. Do not like Homecoming. I actually love Homecoming. It's in my top 10 of MCU. Midsummer, I've seen and loved it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Midsummer. Can't wait to watch that with you all next week. I'll be honest, I didn't like Midsummer. Yeah, I know Ari Aster isn't for everyone. We talked about that when I had my a wonderful panel 2 weeks ago. What was it, last week? I don't know. Time is just like literally time. Speaking of dark, time. I think, was it last week? I don't even remember. I'm sorry, bad memory. We talked about that. Ari Aster isn't for everyone, but I love him as a director, and I love his 2 films so far. Inception's on my top 10. Just awesome. Yeah, couldn't agree more with you. One of my favorite films in the last decade, and definitely one of Christopher Nolan's best films to date. Inception, yeah. Yo, what's up, Q, man? My guy Q. Inception was one I skipped. Oh, Karen, give that a watch. It's on Netflix. Definitely give that a watch. We got to watch Castle in the Sky. What is that? Castle in the Sky. That sounds so familiar, Morgan. Is that show on Amazon where it's like if the Nazis won the war or something? I think that might be the show she's talking about on Amazon, I think. I want to say. Watch more anime. Yes, sir. That was a little bit earlier in the conversation because I'm catching up to you guys' awesome questions. But yeah, I need to watch more anime for sure. Transformer Con, Karen, you need to watch it. Wonderful. Yeah, like I said, Inception's on Netflix, guys. So or don't watch it, Karen, and wait till the 18th and join the chat and watch for the first time and have some fun conversations. Yo, Mo, love that idea. And Spirited Away. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the classic Spirited Away, Mo. I've seen those, but it's just like more of the anime shows, again, like the Attack on Titans and Last Airbender, which is on Netflix, and there's a bunch of them that I have on the list. Akira, I've seen Akira, the film, great film. Yes, sir. Attack on Titan, My Hero. Yeah, I've heard My Hero's great. Are some good ones. Yeah, I'm gonna eventually sit down and catch up to those. The school movies on. Yeah, I was gonna watch that, but again, like I said earlier, I've been like so invested in dark that I've been trying to sprinkle in other reviews. Like I reviewed this Netflix film, Nobody Knows I'm Here, with Jorge Garcia, which was a dramatic, small, independent film. I reviewed that Wednesday. And then I watched yesterday Eurovision. I don't even know the subtitle. It was the new Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams film. So I'm sneaking in films here and there, but Scoob, I was going to try to check it out this weekend. And who knows, I might review it. I love Scooby-Doo growing up, but I don't know. That might be put on the back burner a little bit later on, but we'll see. Karen, yes, it is. I'm shocked to see Scooby-Doo. Yeah, last night. Yeah, I'm so glad. I mean, honestly, so if you a little insight on Elliot, I don't care what the film is. It can be Wonder Woman. It can be Tenet. I don't see myself. I find it very hard to pay $20 to rent a movie just for 2 days. So I wasn't going to pay $20 to see Scoob in the first place, but it is pretty crazy that just a month and a half ago it was available to stream for $20, but now it's available for, not free, but it's available to stream on HBO if you have the app, which is crazy. So I feel bad for those people that paid the $20 for it. Is this the same? Yeah, same question. Yeah, no worries, Karen. Definitely never walk out of a movie. The closest thing I was to Lighthouse. Oh my God, Lighthouse was one of my favorite films of last year. But I know, again, Ari Aster, Robert Eggers, those two directors are great in my opinion. They're auteur horror directors, but I know their films aren't for everyone. But I love The Lighthouse, man. I love that film. Why did you spill the beans? Chronicles of Riddick, The Day to Serve, Die Hard, Walked Out of All. Oh man, that's Chronicles of Riddick. I think that's the Leo one. Yeah, that movie was kind of dull, but I didn't see that at the theater. I just saw it at home. Die Hard 4. Die Hard 4. Which was that one? Was that the one with Timothy as the villain? And Justin Long, yeah, that definitely isn't. I had fun with that film when I saw it. I was much younger than I am now when that film was in theaters, but I haven't revisited that film in a while. But I love, John McClane. Yeah, me too. I never walked out of a movie or a series, no matter how bad. Yeah, like I said, I'm an OCD freak with that. Like I gotta finish stuff if I started it, especially a TV show. Like if I've spent hours investing in the show, no matter how bad it is, I gotta finish it up personally. We got Karen. I'll probably watch Inception. Check it out. Definitely, Karen. Definitely. And like I said, even if you want to hold out on it and wait till the 18th of July, we can do that. 13 right so bad. Oh man, they don't even get me started on that show. I did as you all know, I'm a pretty positive dude, but I tell, when it comes to bad things, I try to be as honest as authentic. I don't try to bash the creators and, spit on their names. I know how much time and effort goes into writing those scripts and producing those shows and all that stuff. But 13 Reasons Why was terrible. Like, terrible. If I could do Charles Barkley, terrible. United says, I knew Scoop ended up on HBO. Yeah, I thought inevitably I knew it was going to be on there, but I didn't think it was going to be on there that soon. VV, what's going on? What films or series that you are streamed are you looking forward to the next 2 months? Ooh, I don't even know. Like, that's the thing about, like, in particularly Netflix. They don't let you know that something's coming out to like 2 weeks before it premieres. But man, that's a great question, VV. In the next 2 months, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up. Let's see, TV series. It's something like right on the tip of my tongue too. It's a Netflix show that I know a lot of people was like, this looks stupid. It was like some nun that was hunting like creatures. I don't know. I don't know. It just looks so cool to me. So whatever that show is, I think it's called like The Nun or Nun Witch Hunter. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. That comes out on Netflix next month. And then I don't know what's coming out in September or August. The Boys. I got to catch up on The Boys. I know that comes out. Oh, that's September, so it's not in 2 months. But yeah, that's like the only ones I can think of. Oh, so to answer your question about the films, what films are coming out in the next month or so? Obviously, we'll see what happens with all the films got pushed back that we're supposed to see next month. Charlize Theron has a film coming out that's slipping my mind at the moment that she's going to be in. I think she's like a superhero that looks pretty cool. I love Charlize Theron. Yeah, I don't know why I'm blanking. I'm normally good at this with like movies and stuff, but I'm so like invested in stuff that I'm watching now, and I can't even think of stuff in the future right now. But I'm pretty sure we got some good ones that I probably missed. How was Scoop? Yeah, I saw some people's reviews and comments on it. I know some people really liked it, some people didn't, but I haven't seen it quite yet. They haven't stopped. Yeah, they should have stopped after season 2. Triborough. I couldn't agree more. The first season I thought was pretty good, like really good. If I'm being honest with you all, I thought it was a really good show. I thought it, the conversation about mental health, suicide, all that stuff that they did in the first season was pretty groundbreaking when it premiered 3 years ago, whatever the case may be. And then even season 2, to a certain extent, everything with Tyler and the mass shootings that's been going on, touching on that, and then all the other stuff, Hannah's storyline, but Jessica, her being sexually assaulted and the conversations about that. So the first 2 seasons had some really good conversations. I thought they handled it well. Those really triggering, more sensitive topics that some shows and some TV or movies don't want to touch at all. So I applaud them for the first 2 seasons for having the dialogue. And then season 3 and 4 was just trash. Again, in my opinion, I did not like that. Those last 2 seasons, especially the last one. Central Park. Yeah, how is Central Park? Karen, let me know how that is. I've been watching everything on Apple TV, and that's one of the shows I missed out on. Let me know if that's worth checking out. Music montage in the show is wasted time. Okay, cool. What do we have here? Top 5s of all time. 78 Halloween. Friday 13th, 1980, The Shining 1980, or not 1980, let's say Friday 13th, 1980. It was 89, I want to say, or 88. But yeah, anyway, 78 Halloween, the first Friday the 13th, The Shining, maybe I'll throw in a modern film. Honestly, I think that The Conjuring in 2013 is a modern horror classic within the last 7 years. And even more modern, I'll say Get Out. And interchange is definitely my number one of all time is Halloween, though. That's just off top, Tribal. Hope I answered that well. Like The Witch, y'all should move out when y'all see. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier about my my pet peeves. Shout out to Eve for giving out those. Yeah, anytime, guys. Like I said, from Q to everyone on here that has a YouTube channel, David, Leo, everyone in the chat has a lot of great content, guys. Like I said, support each other because there's some great content creators out there. Just got done with Perk. I can't wait, man. I'm gonna DM you when I'm done with this, man, because I would love to know what you're thinking about it so far. It is, I love that show. I love everything about Dark. I can't wait to finish this show. I'm about like 3 episodes left in season 3. Yeah, Dark is fire. It is. Dark is definitely yeah, can't recommend it enough, guys. If there's anything you took away from this live stream, is watch more Dark. Watch it. Stop. Would you not now? Let's finish this stream, but when we're done here, watch Dark if you haven't already. Didn't know about season 3 yet. Q started today, man. I'm on episode 5, and like I said, man, I was gonna be like, man, we might have to reschedule it because I'm so invested in the show. But yeah, I didn't finish season 2. Go back tonight. Yeah, man. Q, I'm telling you, my man, Dark season 2. I just reviewed it on Thursday, and it was just as good as the first one. But the first one's still I'm still fresh on the show, so I love me some Dark, guys. Eve, what's going on? Eve from Cinematics, great person. I'm glad he was able to make it. Eve. Colin, what's going on? Colin, what's going on? My friend was able to interact with Colin for the first time a couple weeks ago. Was on his him and Ryan O'Toole's Falling. Oh man, what's the name of there? I'll give you guys a quick plug, but they have a podcast, and it is a great podcast. And I'm gonna have to look it up right quick before I can give them a quick shout out because they had me on their channel, and I really appreciate being on their panel on their podcast. But anyway, Colin is a great YouTuber himself. Colin Williams reviews a lot of movies. He talks about he's doing his MCU, I believe, up to Black Widow, if that comes out, Colin. But I know he's doing an MCU reviews. I think he just reviewed Captain America not too long ago. I just want to that podcast. It's again my OCD. Falling Film is the name of their podcast, guys, and I was able to be a guest on there a couple weeks ago and had a good time with them. But either way, to answer your question, Colin, who would win a fight, Captain America or Batman? Colin, you're breaking me, man, because Cap is my guy in the MCU and Batman's my favorite comic book superhero of all time. Batman. I think he would, Cap has the strength, obviously, and has the soldier mindset of figuring things out, and he can go all day, right? But I mean, Batman would figure. I mean, if Batman could beat Superman, he could beat Captain America. No offense, Steve, but I think Cap would get his ass beat if he went, toe to toe with Batman. And I'll say this, I guess if it was a matter of if Batman was able to plan, like I gotta go and stop Cap. Like he would figure it out how to beat Captain America. I mean, he would just probably kill Bucky and distract him, right? And just do whatever. Well, not kill, because Batman doesn't kill, right? Or does he? But yeah, I got Bats winning that fight, my friend. Just started watching Doom Patrol season 1 up to season 5. That was quick because we were just talking about it last night, Alex. Watching Doom Patrol, you must be liking, man, because that was pretty quick. I love Brendan Robot Man, aka, or I should say, Cliff Steele, aka Robot Man. Him and Crazy Jane, my 2 favorite characters, and then Mr. Nobody. I don't want to give too much away for you, Alex. I know you're in the midst of that show, but I love Mr. Nobody. But yeah, I love Brendan in that show. I'm so glad he was able to be great in that show. Kayla, if this is the same Kayla that asked me a question on Twitter, I don't know if you saw me answer your question. Thank you, by the way, if this is the same Kayla. But just got the notification for the new season. As soon as you start talking about it, definitely do. I assume you're talking about Dark. But if this is the same Kayla on that follows me on Twitter, thank you for sending that question. And thank you for joining the chat. Karen says, yeah, The Witch was good. And The Nightingale. Yeah, The Nightingale was really good. Jennifer Kent, who directed The Babadook, and Jennifer Kent's The Nightingale was really good. The Witch, someone had asked me earlier in the stream. It was a question they asked me. It's a film I only saw once. I can't remember who asked me that. But I only saw The Witch once. And I didn't like it. I got to revisit it because I know I'm a big Robert Eggers fan, and I love the Lighthouse, but for whatever reason, The Witch just didn't click with me. I love Anna Taylor-Joy, and I thought the filmmaking of The Witch was good, but I don't know. I just couldn't connect with the story. Is the time travel better than Q's talking about Dark? Yes, yes, Q. It is. It is a lot better. For sure, man. Leo says, damn, I better get on it. Yeah, if we're, again, I don't know, because I'm like 30 minutes behind on these questions, but if we're talking about Dark, Leo, yeah, definitely give it a watch. I watched Dark months ago and thought it was trash. Went to watch it and loved it. Yeah, I'm glad you went back to watch it, because I do not think I think it's the opposite of trash. It was the opposite of trash, not trash. It's not trash, I guess. Do you think TV police shows will change the narratives due to the recent events in the U.S.? They are networks most viewed, and the way they are, what networks change, what's been such a success? That's a great question. Yeah, I think some shows already, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I only saw like the first season. I really enjoyed that show, but they just they threw out all their scripts for the new season to kind of rewrite the show due to the events that's going on right now with the police force and everything going on that end. So yeah, man, I'm it's about so it's things are changing in the best way possible. To answer your question, man, do I think TV shows will change the narratives? Dude, yeah, I think they will. I don't watch a lot of cop shows as it is. What is the name of the show? Law and Order and SVU and CSI. I don't watch. I just don't find those shows entertaining as it is. But yeah, I think they will change them, and they should. You gotta, when you write shows, you gotta be in the moment. You got to talk about things that are going on. So I think they definitely need to change it, and I think it will happen. And I think it's something that needs to happen too, if I'm being honest. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But I know some shows have been canceled. Or not canceled, but some shows have been canceled. Like Cops was canceled, if I'm not mistaken, most recently. But did I lose my place on? I'm so behind. Even says Homecoming season 2 sucked, but season 1 was amazing. I think they're talking about. I haven't seen Homecoming on. I don't have Amazon. Hell yeah, Q is awesome. I didn't even see. I'm so behind Q, man. I didn't even see this, man. Shout out to E. Thank you so much, Q, for the donation again, guys. You guys don't have to donate, but if you want, it goes straight to the channel. So super chats like Q just did. Thank you so much, Q. You're such a big supporter of this channel, man. Have been since day one. And I'm just so honored to be a friend, to call you a friend, and love your content, man, and just love you as a person. So thank you so much for sending that over, Q. But yeah, if you guys want, we got super chats. We got streamlabs.com/movie files. It doesn't take the 30% out like super chat does. But if you guys want to, you could do that. But even if you don't want to donate, which is perfectly fine, just give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also all these other great content creators channels such as Q. So thank you so much for the donation, Q. Colin says, and I got to catch up to, because I know I just hit the wrong button, so I missed like a bunch of you guys' questions before. So let me go back, but let me answer this one question that Colin has. Which movie theater, being razor thin margin business, making little profit, do you support sneaking? It's a great question, Colin. Yeah, man, I've been doing it. Yeah. To answer your question, well, first off, it's very rare for me. Like, I am an AMC Stubs member or whatever, so I build up enough points where when I go to the theater now, I like have money or have points built up to say get free popcorn or whatever the case may be. But those prices at movie theaters are ridiculous. But I'm not really a snack eater as it is in theaters, just because I don't know. I don't know. I don't really eat food at the movie theaters. But to answer your question, I have snuck in food, when I was younger, as I am an adult. But I know that's how movie theaters make their money. So I'm not condoning it, Colin, but to answer your question, I have done it. But I know that's how movie theaters make their money, is the concessions. They don't make money off of the actual movie tickets, because a lot of those ticket sales go straight to not all of it, but the majority of the profits go straight to the studios as far as ticket sales. So I was going on YouTube, guys. I'm sorry. I was gonna I know I missed like a bunch of questions, and I apologize for that, because I hit the wrong button on here, and it took me it went down super far. So if I missed your question, I'm so sorry. I'm going to go through the, after this is done, and replay it. and watch you guys' questions and maybe answer them on another live stream or whatever the case may be. But I missed like a lot of them, so I apologize for that. But thank you guys so much for sending these awesome questions and tuning in, because it's Saturday. At least it's nice out in St. Louis. I don't know where you guys are at, how the weather is, but I know you guys can be doing anything in the world, but you're here with me, and I really appreciate it. And again, I'm sorry if I missed you guys' questions previously, but let me try to catch up here. We got yes, LOL. I say Dev. Yeah, Devs is one of my favorite shows this year. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to assume that said Devs. I just saw D. Dave. I haven't seen Dave yet. I heard it was really good. What's your pick? Best comedy on TV so far this year. I don't watch a lot. I talked about it on my Eurovision review yesterday in regards to comedies being so like kind of, not the same, especially TV, because, you don't want to offend people. You don't want to be too risky. The last good comedy I watched on television, man, and a lot of the stuff I watch is not like all the way comedy. Like I thought The Great was funny. That's the Nicholas Hoult and Elle Fanning show. Yeah, man, I can't think of any good comedies I've seen. I watch all the, I've been watching, It's Always Sunny for the longest, Workaholics and Broad City in it last year. So yeah, man, I haven't seen a good comedy in a minute. I need to find some good comedies because it's been a while. Let's see. Shoot, was sneaking in snacks before when nothing changed. Yeah, I've been, like I said, I don't condone it, but I've done it. Green Ranger all day. Yes. I'll be the Pink Ranger. Pink Ranger was pretty cool. Kim and Jason and Tommy, that whole love triangle. Loved it. What's a movie that's painfully unfunny or a comedy that everyone thinks is hilarious but doesn't work for you? What's a movie that's painfully unfunny? It was something on Netflix, dude. That Colin, that's a great question, man. It was something on Netflix I saw this year. Was it Coffee and Kareem with Ed Helms and the little kid and a bunch of other people I can't think of right now. But yeah, that movie I thought was painfully unfunny. It was like jokes from the early 2000s, and it was just like so just stupid. Again, comedy is very subjective, so I don't want to say it was. I don't want to say stupid because that's maybe the wrong terminology. But I didn't think it was funny. To answer your question, Colin, or a comedy that everyone thinks is hilarious but doesn't work for you. That's a good question, man. Again, because like I said, comedy is so subjective. What are popular comedies that people love that I just don't find that funny? I don't know. I have to maybe come back to that, Colin, or look it up. I can't think of anything off top, my friend. Let me see. Best comedies. Let's see. Just find one and give you my thoughts on it. Comedies. Let's Be Cops. I don't know. That just came to mind. I know people find that movie to be hilarious. And I like Jake and one of the Marlon's sons. I can't think of his name right now, but Let's Be Cops was the first thing that came to mind. I think some people think that movie's hilarious. Which good, I'm glad you guys liked it, but I did not find that movie to be that funny at all. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, my friend. Thank you for sending that question, Colin. Karen says, "Oh my favorite Power Ranger is still Tommy. Oh yeah, brought my son to the right. Yes, Karen, that's good parenting right there. Tommy is the best. Tupac, Jay-Z, top 5. Oh yeah. Is that they're in your top 5? They're my top 5 too, my friend. Biggie, Tupac, Jay." Kendrick's up there for me. J. Cole is up there for me, and Eminem, for sure. Connor, what's going on, Connor? I'm glad you was able to stop by, my friend. Hey, yo, hope all is well. Watching Dark Season 3 is so good. Yes, it is, Connor. Glad you was able to stop by, man. A movie you did not like at first, but rewatched it, and it's one of your favorites. Good question, man. I love these questions. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know. It's another film that I like. That's a great question, man. Cause I'm never set in my ways. Like if I've seen films that I loved and rewatched it and really didn't like it so much. And I've seen a ton of films that I really enjoyed the first time and then didn't like it the second, or didn't like it the first time and ended up liking it. It's right on the tip of my tongue too. And it's just slipping my mind. I'm gonna have to come back to that. That's a great question, man. That's a great question. Nipsey, yeah, those are some great people too. Nipsey, RIP for sure. Great person that has something to say, right, in his raps, and RIP to Nipsey. But yeah, those are some great people. Mr. Ron, After Hours, so far. After Hours, like I said, I don't listen to new music Perk. I'm gonna have to see who that's all about. I'm not sure what that is. Magna Carta was trash. I'm a J guy, so I mean, it wasn't his best work. I'll say that. Yeah, Forest Hill Drive is a classic. J Cole is just amazing rapper. Newest Eminem is Flames. Like I said, I haven't heard the new one, but I'm gonna check it out because Eminem is, like I said, top 5. I don't know who that is, but I'll check him out. M fell off. Yeah, M was my guy growing up. Slim Shady, Slim Shady. How to set the twin babies. When the windows up, when the tin goes up. Nah, I love Eminem, but yeah, it's been a while since I've heard like a classic Eminem album. Yeah, showing some love. Yeah, Eve, except Buffy over Charmed. Buffy's one of my favorite shows of all time. Hello, welcome. Let's see here. Q says a sub again, guys. I love the support. Everyone's supporting each other, subscribing to each other. That's so fantastic. Are you excited for Boy Season 2? I haven't seen season 1, but I've heard great things about it, and I'm gonna have to catch up to it. But I didn't see the trailer because I don't want to get anything spoiled for me. Be like, oh, this person's from the first season died. When I inevitably watch it, like I don't have Amazon, so but I'm gonna probably get it sooner rather than later because I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and I know they're gonna have that show inevitably, maybe in the next decade. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get Amazon one of these days and check that out. I'm binging Harry Potter movies, so I can't stay too long, but keep up the great content, man. Favorite Harry Potter film? Oh, Colin, you're going to love this answer, man. If you're still, because that was so long ago that you asked that question. I don't know if you're still here, man, but thank you for sending that question. I've only seen one Harry Potter film, and that was the first one, and I thought it was okay. That is a series of films that I have to watch inevitably, so I can't say which is my favorite because I've only seen one. But thank you, Colin, for joining the chat, man, and enjoy your binging of the Harry Potter. I assume you'll probably have like a Harry Potter series and reviews, and look forward to that, man. Fargo, yes, big fan. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Hector from Hex Smash. Very great person, great Instagram account. Talk about collections. The man's, collectible items, his statues, his Blu-ray collection, his steelbook collection. The man's looks like a great chef. He makes some great food. But yeah, I'm glad he was able to make it in, man. Do you think the rise of COVID cases will push back all theatricals? Yeah. I hate to say it, but yes, I do. So glad he was able to tune in, but hate to be that Debbie Downer, but I think it will be, man. Daniel Jones and Top Zone. Okay. Cool. Check that out. That's a great song in that movie, Top Gun, and I'm excited to see what they do with the sequel. Did you watch Dexter? I did watch Dexter. I didn't watch the last 2 seasons of Dexter, but the seasons I did watch up until the 3rd season, I think, when John Lithgow's character came into the mix and did something to somebody, in relation to Dexter. That was the last season I saw, and I love that show, but I didn't finish it, unfortunately. Do you watch The Shy, and do you think Alex Herbert would make a good fit for? That name sounds so familiar. Like as soon as I saw it, I'm like, and then like went away. Let me look him up. I think I know who you're talking about. That's the I would say that's the young kid. He's how old is he? 15. Yeah, I mean he could play Miles. Yeah, that's a good pick. And I did watch the show. I watched the first season. Wasn't a big fan of the show. I thought the tone didn't really work for me. I don't know if it got better or got worse. I know the guy that played Eazy-E, I don't think he's on the show anymore with everything going on behind the scenes. But I watched the first season. It was fine. I just wasn't the biggest fan of it. And I'm from Chicago, so it was cool. It was awesome to see them get some, try to get some love. But I just wasn't a big fan of that first season. But yeah, I like that kid that would be a pretty cool Miles Morales. But I don't know if he has any, Miles half black, half Hispanic. So I don't know if, keep it authentic to the character. I don't know if he has, if he's Hispanic at all, but he's a good actor. The kid's a pretty good actor. Shy is a great show. Yeah, like I said, I only saw the first season of Shy. Favorite Fincher film? Probably the Social Network. But I mean, Fincher, great catalog. Favorite Kubrick film movie? By the way, Dorito Chip Gamer, I see this guy or girl on a lot of people's stream. You gotta love the support by Dorito. I'm so glad he was able to join in. Thank you so much for tuning in and asking these great questions. Kubrick, The Shining for me. Nolan film, Interstellar for me. I love Interstellar. Favorite Hitchcock, probably Psycho. But yeah, again, legend. Should Delroy be considered for best actor nomination this year? No doubt. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, showing some love. I love it. I love it. You're here. Yeah. Hey Elliot, thanks for sub geekies. Sorry, listening along the way, buddy, but rearranging the audio setup. No worries, man. I'm glad you was able to stop by, Dave. Some guy asks your favorite Hitchcock film. I'll give mine Vertigo. It's a great film. Let's say he's one of the greatest, in my opinion, especially in the horror realm, horror community. Showing some love. We got Lion King live action looked insane. The visual effects, CGI was mind blowing. Yeah, I agree with you there. Sounds the head draw surprisingly good. Yeah, I gave it a pretty good score when I saw it. Yes, Five Bloods was phenomenal. Delroy Lando, yeah, I'll give him a Oscar yesterday. That guy was incredible. Plan on watching it. Oh, let me know what you thought of it when you do. I agree. I only saw Sonic in respect of changing the original design. That's funny. Alexa says, "Why should I watch Goodfellas? Because it's great." But to give you a little bit more of a analytical opinion or suggestion, it's Martin Scorsese at his best. He does a great job of telling these stories of, you're not necessarily rooting for the criminal, for the bad guy, but you're just watching their stories being told on the big screen. You're seeing, the characters from his origins, from where he grew up, how he grew up, the people he was around, and how it changed him as a man, and then the changes that he goes through when he's a man in this criminal background and being in the mafia, and what it does to his family, and what he becomes as a person, and who he is at the end of the movie is just so great. But the performances, like I said, you have, Joe Pesci, who I thought, I'm a big Joe Pesci fan, but I just think the direction of the film was incredible. The storytelling, the highs and lows of the character. Again, I know people say Martin Scorsese might make criminals, look good in a good light, but I think he just tells great stories. So again, Jimmy, Henry, and Joe Pesci's character, Tommy, just a great group of guys, and just a great story, and just great characters, and just being made, and just, this is a great movie all around. This is, like I said, my favorite Martin Scorsese film. I think it's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. Linda Hamilton, Terminator, not Transformers. I say Transformers? I thought I said Terminator. Might have said Transformers, but yeah, Linda Hamilton is from Terminator. Of course, she's not in Transformers. OG, I didn't like it. Hot take, but I remember creepy. Yeah, I mean, it was creepy, but I just didn't think it was a good film. I'm not sure if I should share this opinion, but It Chapter 1 and 2 were fun, but too goofy to be scary. Yeah, I mean, just like we were talking about comedy earlier, I think horror is just as subjective, right? But yeah, I mean, as far as my taste, it wasn't a scary film. It Chapter 1, more so 1 was scarier than 2. If we were to say, which one was scary, I would say 1. But I enjoy those films. The first one's way better than the second one, in my opinion. Linda Hamilton was in Transformers. No, it was I might have said Transformers, I meant to say Terminator. It's the best gangster film of all time. Oh, okay. Answering the question about, the story is excellent. Yeah, about Goodfellas. I love Goodfellas. My favorite Martin Scorsese. I grew up, my mom and grandpa. Yeah. That's how I grew up as well. Tribero, got a lot in common, my friend. I have to watch it. Thanks. Yeah, give Goodfellas a watch. Did you watch? Did someone ask that earlier? Yeah, I did watch Dexter, but didn't finish it. Something was fire. Did you catch that? No, I don't have the DC app, which is surprising. I'm a big DC fan, but I just didn't see the appeal to the app. But I heard it was good, and I think it's gonna be on CW. So once it kind of hits, hopefully they don't, because I know at least from my experience from Doom Patrol, it's a pretty mature show. So I don't know if how mature Swamp Thing was, and if they're gonna edit it to be on CW. Now is the best character. Ooh, I don't know if you saw my review, Perk, but Timothy Dalton obviously is a great actor. I didn't like Niles. I just thought that the first season, I don't want to give anything away because I know there's some people in chat that haven't seen it, but I don't know what to say. Not that I don't like Niles. I just think that he wasn't as developed as I would have liked him to be. And I wanted to get a little bit more story from Niles, and we're getting that so far in this season, kind of getting his reasons and why he did certain things in season 1. But No, like I said, my favorites are definitely Jane, Cliff, and Mr. Nobody. Those are my top three in that order. What is this? Season one is going next week. Okay, cool, cool. Oh, okay. I was sure. Oh, Danny Street. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, well, I like Danny Street, I'm excited. I don't want to give too much away for season two, but it'll be interesting to see how they get Danny Street back. But we'll see. I know you're not, so you're answering my question of why you're not looking forward to it. Hopefully, it gets better. I will watch 5 episodes of Dark. What is the story? I can't give too much away. Art, gotta watch it, man. It's a phenomenal show, though, and if you're 5 episodes, and I don't know how you're not hooked, but it's a very complex, it's a very challenging show. I get what if you're saying that it's pretty hard to follow. It is hard to follow, but once everything kind of makes sense and comes together, it's mind blowing, man. Can't wait for DC's Black Adam. You and me both. I can't wait to see The Rock, who's been so passionate about that project. And guys, look up Black Adam. I mean, literally, he has the same power abilities as Superman. So I can't wait. Hopefully, Henry Cavill back in the Soup's costume goes against Black Adam, and obviously, Black Adam and Shazam go toe to toe. A lot of great things. The Flex. Yeah, we say one of the Flex and Danny's supposed to be in episode 4, according to the thumbnail. Yeah, I saw that. I like Danny Street. I think it's a pretty cool concept. Flex, yeah. Flex was cool, but like it was just like the thing that happened in season 1 with his Dolores, I think her name was, and it's just like we've only spent like 2 minutes with you guys. Like the emotional moment that scene didn't resonate with me because it's just like, yeah, I feel bad for him, but it's like we don't know the character, so I couldn't really resonate with that moment, without spoiler. Oh, Intercut, what's going on, guys? We got Alex and Zach from Intercut. These guys had me on their channel last week. We talked about the Five Bloods and Staten Island. Great content creators, great guys. Hopefully we can collab in the future, but definitely if you guys haven't already, if you're not familiar with Intercut, they have such great conversations, such great content. Both big YouTubers individually speaking, but when they come together, they're like a powerhouse of a team. So yeah, I'm glad Intercut was able to stop by. Like I said, subscribe to their channel and subscribe to their individual channels. They both got a lot of great content, and I'm just glad I was able to collaborate with them. And hopefully that wasn't the last time, because those are some awesome guys. Let's see. We got Luke, my guy Luke, who's a great Instagram account, great reviews on his channel, and I think he's going to be having a YouTube sooner. I think he has a YouTube. I think he's going to be putting more content on his channel. But yeah, I'll be down for Midsummer. Yeah, Luke, I know you're like, whenever I do my watch long, it'll probably be like 4 o'clock where you are. But yeah, man, hit me up, DM me, and we can get you on the chat, man. What's going on, my guy, Film Explorer? Just tuned in, just finished work. What's going on, my friend? I'm glad he was able to tune in. Great Instagram account as well. I really hope these lives, watch-alongs, reviews let reviewers know that you can become YouTubers, and all it takes is a voice and a strong community that we are building. Yeah, that's what it's about, David. It's just so many, we in this community of film and TV, we all, have our highs and lows when it comes to the content, but it's just the conversations, right? It's just the respectful conversations, agree to disagree with certain things, but it's just, the passion for the content that we're watching and consuming. So yeah, man, it's so great to build a community and meet awesome people. So that's definitely what it's all about, for sure. For sure. Yep. Couldn't agree. Facts. Preaching. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got a post on YouTube. Yeah, Luke, we gotta get some content from you, because you got some great content on your Instagram, and some great competition, or not competition, but like projects you have on your channel. You got a great channel, man, or a page on Instagram, and that would definitely translate to YouTube for sure. I prefer Homecoming over Far From Home. Keaton had the better storyline. To be continued in 2 weeks. Again, that's another great segue that Alex brings up. Again, if you guys weren't able to tune in earlier, I announced my next 3 watch-alongs for the coming month, next month. So Midsummer at 7 p.m. Central Time, July 3rd. I'm going to be doing a watch-along for that. So if you guys would be interested in tuning in, definitely do so. Mark your calendars. And then if you guys want to be on that panel as a guest to talk about Midsummer, talk about horror, Ari Aster, Florence Pugh, favorite horror films this last decade, whatever the case may be, or favorite horror films of all time. A lot of fun conversations that we have within those streams. So definitely tune in, mark your calendars, and if you want to join the chat as a guest or join the panel as a guest, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, DM me. And then the following week, as Alex was just talking about, Far From Home, we're going to be doing a watch along July 11th, 6 p.m. That's a Saturday, so definitely tune in to talk about Spider-Man, your favorite Spider-Man movie, your favorite Spider-Man in the live action, and what you hope to see in the future of the character and also MCU. So mark your calendars for that. And then the following week, 3 weeks from now, July 18th, celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Inception. So we're going to be doing a watch along that Saturday, July 18th. So hopefully you guys can tune in, mark your calendars to join the chat, to join the conversation. And then if you want to be on the actual panel, being a guest on the channel, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, and we can make that happen. Alrighty then. That's Man in the High Castle that you're talking about on Amazon. If Nazis, yeah, I don't know what the other show. I don't remember what the show was, but yeah, that's okay. So I got the shows mixed up. Zamo, that's the one on Amazon. Okay. Little Fires Everywhere. Yeah, I got to catch that with Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon. I heard that was good. Man, my bad. Homecoming, I actually enjoyed. Far From Home, I didn't like. Yeah, we gotta get you on Tribero if I can hear your thoughts. 13 was the most overrated show I've ever. I'd say it. Last season was terrible. Pass on Scoob. Okay, I will, David. I will. We'll see. I heard bad things, but I might like it. Who knows? It might be a cute little animated film. Eurovision movie was the end game for you. Yeah. I mean, I reviewed that yesterday. Eurovision was a very interesting film by with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. Agree with David. This I had it on my my queue list. I was gonna watch that, but I like I said, I've been watching Dark this last few days. I gotta catch up on it. First 13 Reasons Why was the best. Once Hannah's story didn't end. Yeah, I agree with you there for sure. Favorite Denis Villeneuve film, Blade Runner 2049, followed up by Arrival, followed up by, it's a tight race actually, like the top three. But yeah, Blade Runner 2049, then Arrival, Prisoners is great. I mean, Denis Villeneuve, if you guys don't know, is my favorite director, but I would say Blade Runner 2049. Lighthouse was great. Glad I saw it a few weeks ago. Yeah, I saw your review, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I just couldn't do it. I know it was well acted, but lost me early. I'm not sure because I'm so far behind which film we're talking about there. But Lighthouse, I think we might be talking about Lighthouse maybe. Lighthouse is the best A24 I've seen so far. Goddamn masterpiece. Yeah, I think it is. It's a great film. Series is better than the reboot. Yeah, I gotta watch it because it's like it looks like when I remember saw the trailer, it was like The Grudge or something, or maybe it is The Grudge. The Boys season 1 was amazing. Got it and get ready. Yeah, I gotta catch up to that show. So The Boys is overrated to me. Amazon and now season 2. Yeah, like I said, I know I've heard mostly positive things, but I know every now and then were some people that weren't the biggest fans of it. But I gotta check it out before season 2 drops. Hopefully. Love The Boys. The Boys is good. Probably my favorite superheroes. I understand why people like the show so much, but I think Heroes. Yeah. Yeah, I heard Heroes is great. Compared to that, yeah, I gotta check out both of them. Fan Dexter, what's going on, Adam? Watched Eurovision last night. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. Maybe the drinks helped. Yeah, I mean, you guys can see my review on Eurovision. It was entertaining to a certain extent. It wasn't funny to me personally, but I like Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. But yeah, it was a film on Netflix. Damn, man, I gotta watch Dark now. Yes, you do, David, for sure. Should I watch Eurovision or her both were bad. I don't know. Steve Carell and Rose Byrne and did Jon Stewart write that film too? I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen that one. I mean, Eurovision, if I were to guess, maybe check that one out if you like Will Ferrell. I was watching Dark season 1 when it came out, but stopped halfway through because it caught up to another show. I gotta kind of forgot about it. Hey, Eve, give it another, check it out, catch it back up to because it's incredible. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, okay, well, that's what I was saying. Maybe Eurovision might be a better pick for you, David. Did you know of Eurovision? Yeah, I saw it. I reviewed it yesterday. If that question's for me, Luke, you won't have to pay $20. Yeah, I get all the movies for free. Don't worry. We don't condone that, David, but I know what you're talking about, man. Has anyone seen Glitch on Netflix? Pretty good series. No, I haven't. I have to check that out, Eve. Let me know what it's about. hit me up. DM me. Let me know what that show's about. If you know about Eurovision and watch it every year, you will enjoy. Otherwise, probably not. Oh, you're just talking about just Eurovision, the event Eurovision. Okay, I got you, Luke. It's like it's a big thing overseas for sure. It's like a American Idol for America. Like it's just so popular over there. Looks pretty good. Check it out. Let's see. Yes, that's me. Thanks for answering. Oh yeah, so that was from Twitter. Thank you so much, Kayla. Appreciate that. All right, I think I'm finally catching up here. 3% is great too. Okay. Eve always with the great recommendations. What do you think of The Simpsons and Family Guy replacing the voice by actual minorities? Yeah, that's a great question, David. What do I think about it? That's a loaded question because I think, the conversation, most recently Anthony Mackie had brought it up, which is something that, is a conversation that's not talked about enough in regards to, diversity in Hollywood. He had mentioned that, his last 7 MCU films have been all white, majority of the behind the scenes have been all white people. And then when it came to Black Panther, black director, black writer, black actors, I mean, all black everything. And what he said was just like, it's almost racist. It seems like you think that only black people can do a black film versus, white people. So the answer to tie that into your question, David, honestly, some of the Simpsons I knew about and also Family and some other characters. It was a show on Netflix that Kristen Bell and some other actors and actresses, they were voicing black people. And I didn't know that I don't watch those shows, so I didn't know that. But I think it's one of those conversations about whoever's best for the job. But when it comes to a white person voicing a black character, that's an interesting concept. Again, I know some people are obviously upset about it. Some people are open for the change. I think it's a loaded question, man. It's good to see that these actors and actresses are starting to realize that, the things that are going on in the Hollywood system and obviously things that are going on outside of Hollywood is more serious because people are losing their lives. But in regards to the entertainment aspect, I think, again, whoever's best for the job, but if you're going to have a black character or an Indian character or Hispanic character, you would think there's there's a lot of talent out there. And speaking of, minorities, that they should get the opportunity to do it. Now, again, goes back to, okay, was that person better portrayed the character, even though you're not seeing their face, but they're using their voice? That's a loaded question, man. Let me know what you guys think about it. That's a great conversation we can maybe have tomorrow on the live stream, David. Yeah, 3%. I got to check that out. Do you watch anime? Yeah, I answered that question earlier. I don't, but I got to catch up to it. It's in Portuguese. Yeah, Eve has some great suggestions. So if Eve recommends and stay behind it, I got to check it out. Love Man Seeking Women. Shameless is the best comedy right now. I never got into Shameless Perk, but I got to check that out. Trying to catch up here. Workaholics and Broad City are both out. Yeah, I love those shows. I'm so glad, so sad that they're both no longer on television, but they both had great runs. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've been watching that since day one. It's like I grew up with that show. That is a raunchy, very inappropriate show, but I enjoyed it. It's a shame that none of the people on the show. That definitely is a great dark comedy. Perk has some great recommendations too. Atlanta, how did that again, Perk? I don't know. My mind's in dark right now. How can I forget about Atlanta? It's one of my favorite shows on television. That's a great call, Perk. It's definitely one of my favorite comedies. It took me a while to realize they were talking about Spider-Man. Yes, Atlanta is great. Just hasn't gone back for a while. Yeah, I love Atlanta, man. Yo, if you didn't like that, Let's Be Cops, let's have a read Wesley Moore's reviews. One of the best pieces of film criticism in recent years. I'll check it out because I wasn't a big fan. That was the question that Colin asked earlier about at least favorite comedy that people found funny, and that was like the only one I googled it, and that was like the first one that came to mind. I didn't really find that film to be that funny. David, hey, my man, thanks for the support, my good friend David from Flix Talk. Thank you for the super chat. If you guys want, like David just did, I do have super chats available. I have Streamlabs available. If you could donate if you guys want to, you don't have to. The best thing you could do for this channel is give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, but also subscribe to everyone else's channel as well. But thank you so much, David. David's question was, what do you think about the streaming services pulling blackface episodes to Office Sunny off their platforms? Again, it's a very interesting how, now that certain things have transpired, that these creators are like, oh, let's take it down now. Where it's just like I just mentioned, those are two of my favorite shows, The Office and Sunny. And it's crazy, right? The conversation about, I mean, this is just such a big conversation about the cancel culture and everything that's involved in that. But during those times, those episodes were funny during that times. But as we evolve as people, speaking of the cancel culture conversation, we look back at it and be like, man, that wasn't the best thing to do, right? So I think, I don't want to say case to case basis, but I mean, blackface shouldn't be, should never have been a thing, but obviously it is a thing, and it's been on two of my favorite shows of all time. So I think it's the smart thing to do, creatively speaking, as a content creator, when people take people's art away, it is, this is like, you want your art to be out there. And most of those times when those two shows are perfect examples, they're satires, they're making fun of the people that do have racist remarks and racist comments and, don't want diversity. They're making fun of those type of people, right? But at the same time, it can be misconstrued. It can be out of context. So it's a big conversation. It's a lot of conversations being had right now, but I think right now it's the right thing to do, if I'm being honest. Yeah, we're talking about Atlanta. Let's see. But again, David, thanks for the question. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you for the support. All right. When you do subscribe to Amazon, watch Homecoming. Yeah, I heard Homecoming is good. I think the first season was Julia Roberts, and then the second season has the Janelle Monáe on it. And I heard it's a really great show. Gotta check it out. All right. Favorite actor, Denzel. I love Denzel. He's a great actor. Favorite score, minus Social Network. Elevates the film to the next level. Favorite score. I mentioned it earlier. Favorite Christopher Nolan film is Interstellar. So Hans Zimmer score for Interstellar is like brings me to tears. I love that score. Most underrated movie. Manos. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people saw Manos. I thought that film was incredible. Got to head out, but great live. Nice meeting some of the other creators. Stay healthy, you too, man. Thank you so much. And again, we're going to get that collab going for those watch-alongs that I mentioned earlier. Best favorite picture winner. Best picture. That's a great question, man. I don't know. Parasite comes to mind, but it just told me. I mean, that's just like a cop-out answer because it's just the most recent thing that came out. But I love Parasite, so I'll go with that for right now. Dorito. Top 5 African American actors of all time. Ooh. So I mentioned Denzel quite a few times in this chat already. So Denzel, Viola Davis, Will. I love Will Smith when he gets in those dramatic roles. Man, that's a great question, man. I think of some other, so many great ones out there, man. So many great ones. Let's see. There's so many great ones. I don't want to leave anyone out. I mean, those three came to mind. Like I said, Viola Davis, Will Smith, Denzel. I'm trying to think of some of my other. I mean, hell, man. I think Sam Jackson, even though I know he's in some obscure things, but I just respect Sam Jackson's hustle and what he does in this film. So Samuel Jackson, especially, I think of films like Django and what he did in that film. But man, that's a great question. I'm rounding out my top 5. I just saw this movie again for the first time in a long time, Collateral, with Jamie Foxx. I think Jamie Foxx is a really fantastic actor. So yeah, there's so many great African-American Black actors that I grew up with, that I admire, that I love, that I don't know why I'm blanking out. It's just a phenomenal question, Tribal. But those are some that come to mind. Now this is the all-time best villain. I don't want to dive into that, but that's I can't disagree with you there, man. Do you like Ninja Turtles? Yes, I do. Thoughts on Curious Benjamin? Haven't seen it. That's my thoughts on it. I got to check it out. I heard it's a great, I know some people like it. Yeah, no problem, Intercuts. You guys are fantastic. I think I'm finally catching up here. Are you guys going to review HQ? I don't know what that is. Let me know, Mike, what's HQ. Favorite comedy, Super Bad. One of my favorites of all time. What are your thoughts on Kevin Hart as an actor? Not that good of an actor. Seems like a funny, seems like a good person. I've seen him in person. His stand-up show, I think, he's a great comedian. But as an actor, he's getting there. He's working on his craft. The one dramatic film I recently saw of his was that film with the Bryan Cranston. It was a remake. But I think Kevin Hart has some room to grow. But I think he's okay. Thoughts on Cancel Kimball? Whew, we just talked about that, right? Again, I'm a person about I'm a person that if you can see the change in somebody, if you can see the growth in someone, we've all grown. Hell, me from 10 years ago is completely different from who I am as a person now. So I think that he came out and apologized for it. I think that he made a mistake. He said so himself, and those saying what he said in that one song, doing the transformation. It really, I don't even know if you could. I don't even know if I would consider that blackface with him doing Karl Malone, because I think it was more of like, it was a complete transformation, where blackface is a very like obvious thing and very racial thing. So I don't think it was like to that extent. But I don't know, man. The cancel culture, I think, is a case by case basis. But in regards to Jimmy Kimmel, I don't think that he should be canceled. I think he's shown that he is someone that is supporting all the things that are going on right now in our society and the culture. And I think that he's made a mistake, and we've all make mistakes. He's a comedian too. So not that it's using that as an excuse, but I know, comedy is so different from what it was 10 years ago than what it is now. But I don't think that Jimmy Kimmel should be canceled, but who am I to say? Have you watched Community? No, I haven't, Mike. I have not seen a handful of episodes here and there, but haven't like sat down and watched like a whole season. What program you use for live streams? I am using StreamYards, and this is the free edition, hence the little logo that's on the screen now. I'm going to eventually pay for it. Again, that's where the super chats and the Streamlabs come into account. I'm going to eventually pay for it and have some cool graphics and this, that, and the other. But I'm using Streamlabs, man. It's a pretty cool interface. It's very user-friendly, and this is the free version. And as you can see, you can answer questions in the live chat. You can put up, different banners, as you can see here, and all that fun stuff. So I think it's a pretty cool program. And then when you buy it, it takes out the logo, and you can put in, intros and outros, stuff like that. So Streamlabs is what I use, or StreamYard is what I use. Man, is what I'm using. Also, you guys check out Search. Yeah, I know, Eve, you recommended that. Like I said, this has been so tied up with all my other movie reviews and TV reviews that just this past week alone, like I've binged the first season of Doom Patrol, which is 15 hours, 15 episodes. I binged 18 hours of Dark and still watching that. And then I had my movie reviews in between that. So it was a crazy week. So I got to catch up to Dark or Party on HBO, because I heard you said it's a great show. And like I said, you got a great taste. So biopic you think should be made? Biopic that should be made. I don't know, the story of they're doing this because I'm very fascinated by the story of this the Williams sisters, but they're going to be doing that next year with Will Smith, actually. So that would have been one, because I'm really interested in their story and their come up. Tiger Woods. I don't know why I'm thinking sports right now, but that's the only thing that came to mind. Tiger Woods biopic would be interesting. I haven't seen The Last Dance, but it's going to be on Netflix next month, so I'm going to probably check it out. And I've seen the Michael Jordan TV movie, which was terrible, but Michael Jordan, I think, would be a pretty cool biopic. And then maybe 10, 15 years from now, my hero, my favorite basketball player of all time, Kobe Bean Bryant, that would be one I would love to see one day. Got to head out, watch a movie, but DM you about Midsummer, watching along on the film. Hit me up, Luke. We can get you on the chat, on the stream, my friend. But thank you for tuning in, man, and enjoy whatever movie you're watching. Favorite action movie? The Matrix? Sci-fi action? But I guess sci-fi action. Straight up action. Die Hard. All right. I think I've caught up, and we're almost at the 2-hour mark, which again, from top to bottom, guys, the David with the donation, Q with the donation, everyone that came by, everyone that dropped a comment, dropped a thumbs up, that sent me a question on Instagram, on Twitter. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. I do these for you guys. I do these to interact with you all because the conversations we have are just so great and so fascinating. And we talk about movies, talk about shows, but also we talk about stuff that's happening outside of movies and TV shows, about cancel culture and cops being taken down from TV shows. So these are the conversations I love to have, and I'm so glad to have these conversations with you all, and I appreciate all the support. So if you guys have any final questions, shoot them into the chat now, and I'll answer them before I head out and get back to finishing up Dark, and hopefully get that review out to you guys in the next 24 hours, hopefully, if time allows it. But yeah, guys, if you have any final questions or final comments, questions, concerns, suggestions for movies or shows I should watch, things that you would like for me to review, a watch along idea, a collaboration idea, whatever the case may be, let me know in the chat. I'm going to give it maybe another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll head out and call it a day. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. But before we head out, and before you guys send in your final chats, again, as I had mentioned earlier in the stream, if you guys are interested and want to mark your calendars down, we got some live watch alongs coming up in the next few weeks, starting next Friday, July 3rd. First, I gotta edit that. July 3rd, 2020 at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm gonna be doing my next watch along for Midsummer. So if you guys are fans of that movie, or if you're not fans, I still encourage you to join in the chat, because we're going to talk about the film, and I would love to know what you liked, what you didn't like about the film, but also just talking about horror, Ari Aster, Florence Pugh, favorite performances in horror. So many great conversations we have within those live watch alongs. So definitely tune in if you can. And then, like some people have mentioned in the chat, and I mentioned it throughout the chat, if you guys want to be on the panel for those live streams, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, and we can collab. You can get on the panel and have some fun conversations with myself and my other guests on the show. So mark your calendars there. That's the next watch along next week. The following week, we have Spider-Man Far From Home, July 11th. 2020, 6 p.m. Central Time. That's a Saturday. So 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be doing the Spider-Man Far From Home, which will be celebrating its 2-year anniversary as well, or 1-year anniversary. So if you guys want to talk Spider-Man, your thoughts on Spider-Man and the MCU, your favorite Spider-Man live action, the future of the MCU, the future of Spider-Man, what you hope to see next. So many great conversations we're going to have on that panel about just superheroes in general, and very excited to do so. And that's, again, market calendars, July 11th. 6 p.m. Central Time. And if you want to be a part of that panel, again, hit me up and we can make it happen. And then last but not least, watch alongs, I like to do at least 2 or 3 a month. So I'm going to be doing 3 next month, and I'm going to do another Q&A probably at the end of the month to make that, because I love doing this, love talking to you guys. So the last one for next month, excuse me, is going to be the 10-year, which is crazy. The 10-year anniversary of Inception. That is July 18th, 6 p.m. That's a Saturday as well. We're going to be talking about Christopher Nolan. We're going to talk about the movie. Was it all a dream? Is it a sequel to Tenet? And just, sci-fi movies in general. Christopher Nolan, like I said, in general, your favorite Leo films, just so many great conversations we're going to have. I'm so excited to do that watch along with you all. But again, market calendars for those 3 films, Midsummer, Spider-Man Far From Home, and then Inception. And then, like I said, if you guys want to be a part of those panels, just shoot me a message, and I can have up to 5 guests on a stream. So again, the sooner you guys reach out to me, we can lock that in and get you guys on one of those panels, or maybe all the panels if you guys are available. So yeah, really excited for those watch alongs coming up next month. So those are things to look forward to. And then, of course, all my movie reviews, TV reviews, and all that fun stuff. But I love doing these live streams. So final questions before we pop out. Have you seen Infamous with Bella Thorne? I haven't. I saw a little bit of it. It's like a Bonnie and Clyde type of thing. But is it good? Did you check it out? Not the movie is great, but there's some interesting social criticism there. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, from what I remember, it looked like some type of Bonnie and Clyde situation. But I like Bella Thorne. From the small sample of things I've seen her in, she seems like a the potential is there. I'll say that. I recommend Control Z. Yeah, I was gonna watch Control Z. It was like last month, I think it dropped on Netflix. But again, if you've been a fan of, or not a fan, I don't like to call you guys fans. If you've been part of this community for a while, you know that I will review a lot of stuff and that just kind of slipped through the cracks. But I heard it was pretty fun, pretty interesting. It was like a zombie show, right? If I'm not mistaken. Spanish series that was pretty interesting. Yeah. I might backlog that and catch up to it because I think it's not. I don't think it's. I think it's like 30-minute episodes, like 7 episodes in season 1. So, but if that is it, Kayla's last question. That'll be the last one that we'll do. And for the sake of being OCD, is showing that we've been live for an hour and 57 minutes. So we'll go right at 2 hours. So as soon as we go to 2 hour mark, so you guys have 3 minutes to send me in any final questions, comments, concerns, send in any donations you guys want to. You guys don't have to. You could just give this video a thumbs up. That goes a long way for the channel. And I can't thank you guys enough for all the support on this channel. Reviews, TV reviews, movie reviews, watch alongs, live streams. It's pretty humbling. It's pretty, it's an honor to be able to interact with you all and have a voice on YouTube and on Instagram. So it means a lot. And I can't thank you guys enough for the continued support. So again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Again, go ahead and mark your calendars for those live streams, watch alongs that we got coming up in the next coming weeks, next month. Should be a lot of fun stuff going there. But yeah, as far as things to look forward to and things that are on the channel now that you can consume and enjoy and give me your opinions about, I got reviews for a lot of stuff. Actually, this was a pretty busy week here at Movie Files. We like to stay as busy as possible, keep things going. So this week alone, I have reviewed, so dating back to last week, I'll say, Love Victor on Hulu. Check out my review for that. The King of Staten Island, thanks to Intercuts for that screener, for I can see that film. Reviewed The Watson Network on Netflix. Perry Mason season premiere was last Sunday. I'm going to be reviewing season 2 or episode 2 this Sunday. Binge watch Doom Patrol season 1. I reviewed the first season, so you can check that out. Binge watched the first 2 seasons of Dark. So I've reviewed the first season of Dark, also the second season. So check out those videos. Nobody Knows I'm Here was a small independent film on Netflix that I reviewed recently. Reviewed the first 2 seasons, or the first 3 episodes of season 2 premiere on Thursday that for Doom Patrol. So check that out. And then yesterday I dropped my video for Eurovision Song Contest, the story of the Fire Saga. So those are some things you guys can check out, consume, enjoy, like, share, comment, subscribe on those videos. And we got 1 minute left and a couple last comments before we call it a day. And I'm going to go back to watching Dark and finish that and give you guys that review by tomorrow. Thank you, E. Till next time, take care. You the same, my friend. Salute. Movie Files, enjoyed the live stream. Thank you, Triboro, for stopping by and dropping some awesome comments and questions, my friend. And thank you for the support. David, awesome Q&A. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, guys. Tomorrow, me and David on David's channel, Flicks Talks, we're going to be talking about movie news, TV news, all things pop culture. So definitely subscribe to his channel and check us out tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time. Kayla says, thanks for the stream. It was fun. Have a great rest of your day. You too, Kayla. Thank you so much for stopping by. Dorito Chip Gamer, have a great day, man. You too, my friend. Eve, it was great, Elliot. Thank you, Eve, for stopping by. Alex, great stream. Movie Files. Thank you, Alex, again. All these people, great content creators. David, Triboro, great supporter. Luke, all these people on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, check out their content. Some great content creators. But Levels of Geeks, Monday and Wednesday, him and Ken from Mid-Level Reviews go live every Monday and Wednesday talking about the latest and greatest in movie news. So definitely check them out. Film Amazing, keep up the great work. Thank you, my friend. Eve, hopefully I'll be able to check out. Yeah, definitely. We would love to see you there. Sean had to work in the afternoon, but doing a watch along now, or doing the rewatch now. Looking forward to Midsummer. Yes, sir, Sean. Thank you, my friend, for stopping by. I hope you had a good day at work and enjoy this replay. It was a lot of great questions, man. And then last but not least, see you Monday. Yes. Alrighty, guys. So again, thank you for the support, the thumbs up, the donations, the great questions, the great comments. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you pretty soon. I'm going to go finish Dark now.